Whoa, the entire broadcast is live. That scare you?
No, it's good.
We're here. Got a hell of a show for you. UFC Freedom is under attack. Jacksonville kills another one. The tally goes up.
Yeah, it keeps growing. And we have some great guests to announce for later in this week. So it's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah. Here at the entire broadcast, we'll say the things that you can't.
The information provided by the speakers and presenters on the Anti-Hero broadcast platform is for general informational and entertainment purposes only. Information does not represent the broadcast network and all entities involved. All information is provided in good faith. However, we make no representation or warranty of any kind, express or implied, regarding the accuracy, adequacy, validity, reliability, availability, or completeness of this information. Hurt feelings is not defamation.
JV team for life.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The entire broadcast is the news entertainment broadcast for veterans, first responders, and all blue collar Americans. Today is Monday, June 8th. We go live Monday through Friday, every day at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and X. So if you haven't, please subscribe. This show is brought to you by GhostBed. Go to ghostbed.com/antihero. Save 10% on their already ridiculously low prices, pillowcases, mattress toppers, cooling, patented technology sheets, their award-winning mattresses, 60,000 plus 5-star rating and reviews, in-house customer service, and free shipping on those mattresses. If you got to replace something in the bedroom, please go to ghostbed.com/antihero. It'll save you 10% and it'll tell them that we sent you. And Elevated Silence, go to elevatedsilence.com, use promo code antihero15, save 15% on your suppressor. They have everything from 22s to 50 cals. Exercise your Second Amendment right. Get yourself a can. The process is not that hard, and Jim will walk you through it. Elevatedsilence.com, promo code antihero15, save 15%.
Welcome. Elevated Silence.
Oh,
Look at that.
that wasn't even planned.
It wasn't planned. Well, here we are. It's Monday.
And Patreon.
Oh, I'm way off.
I know. It's okay.
I'm trying to get this fucking Jacksonville shit straight. Don't forget to join our Patreon, the best place on earth for behind the scenes stuff in the Anti-Hero Network. I broke the chain there. I failed, but I do not fail on Patreon. We have 3 tiers total, but the app is the other tier. So join our Patreon for behind the scenes. We go live. Tyler goes live and updates everybody. We're all going to go live in there and update everybody throughout the week. So join the Patreon. And don't forget about the Anti-Hero Broadcast app for the OGs. Go to the antiheroapp.com and get in line with the OGs. That is our own version of our own social media platform. We can post in there. We can talk smack in there. We have different topics to talk about in there. We're just about ready to start going live in there. I think that's in the final stages.
Oh, cool.
So we're working on getting live in there. But there's giveaways in Patreon and the Anti-Hero app. So make sure you join either one, and you'll be given free cool stuff. Like this really cool lamp behind me.
The app is cool because, it's really hard. Like, there's a lot of people like, what's this 99%? Like, what is it? And I'm like, man, I cannot describe to you what it is.
Own community.
But the app has all the show schedules lined up.
Yep.
So the app is the best way for anybody that is trying to kind of figure out, like, what is this 99%? Like, how do I get in? Essentially, which it's not like that, but
I mean, if you join that, you're in, but you're going to weather the storm of being the new guy to some people. But it's a community. It's, you have Instagram, you have Facebook, you have all those apps, and then they charge you money and fees and all this stuff, and we're giving away stuff, and you're getting exclusive access to us to be able to answer questions easier, be able to filter out the nonsense, and it really is. If you look at our show in the last couple of weeks, we've added people to the lineup of counterculture through the app.
Yeah,
we have people that we're interacting with. We're going, hey, dude, you're fucking hilarious. Like, you should probably have your own show, or you should do that. So that's look at it like a running audition. If you're funny enough in the app, you're gonna end up on the internet, and that's kind of what's going on in the community.
Yeah. So obviously, Counterculture is our network that we have and we own, and we're able to host many different shows with all the talent that came to us from Anti-Hero. So that being said, man, got a couple of reflections before we kick off the main topic. First off, the Wayne Ivy app, the Wayne Ivy reel on Facebook like resurfaced and is exploding again. But I got threats in our Facebook
First time.
Yeah,
That'd be
they
good.
were like, "How dare you talk about the sheriff?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, dude?" And they're like, "I'm gonna find out who you are and all this
That's
stuff."
tough.
I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. I was like, "Okay." I was like, "You know what? I can talk smack too." And I sent them a video of Slater. Slater sent a video of us. He's like, "I can't figure out how to put it on Patreon," so he sent it to me, and it's him running and kind of like talking smack because he's trying to show that he's still athletic. And I sent that to this guy. I was like, "I'll fuck you up." He's like, "This isn't you. This was filmed during the day, and it's night now. That's an old video." And then he's like, "I'm blocking you." So,
oh, really?
they blocked me, and he's like, "I'll be watching you from other platforms."
Oh, yeah. Isn't that interesting?
That's the goal, by the way. I need you to watch me on all
Yeah,
platforms.
all platforms. So I blocked you on one, so you go subscribe to another. Yeah, that one caught a lot. I got a lot of flack over that one, and that mentality, which is, to me is, it's like these guys get a pass to be womanizers, cheaters, out of shape. Like, it's like, oh, he says cool things on the news and he yells and screams and how about that entrance to the wrestling thing?
That's probably the most cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life.
There's another video out there of him being called into some like back gym, 50 people attending wrestling, and he walks out. It's like, I don't know, man. I look at the days of like our cops were like the premier, like the 80s, the 70s, like the uniform and everybody looked squared away. And if you get on Fox News or get on the internet and just yell and scream and say unrealistic things, you can be way out of shape. Your tactics can be horrible. That dog bite video is bad too. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
They posted a dog bite video and it's just like,
that one's pretty bad.
Yeah. I'm like, how is this?
It's bad in every way. It's a bad bite.
Tactics are bad.
Yeah.
Like he's bad, and it's whatever, man. If that's what people want showing up at your house, then you keep voting that in, I guess.
He's a big boy too, man.
Well, the people say, well, he's not.
He's not on the road. That's the excuse.
He's not. He's just a leader. And it's like, I go back to it. Like
Sergeant Major.
Yeah. It's the simplest analogy. And it's even in head coaching, the coach doesn't play, right? If you got a coach Andy Reid, he won Super Bowls, but I still look at Andy Reid. I'm like, You see like a squared away Harbaugh or like Shanahan on the sideline. They're in shape. They're outrunning the guy from McVay from the Rams. I look at that guy and I'm like, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Like if he tells me to be 15 minutes early every day, I'm like, he's squared away. He's in shape. He's groomed. He looks good. I'm like, okay, like I could listen. But if I look at a sheriff that can't get out of his own way or is not in great shape and he's telling you and he uses words like professionalism and leadership, I can't get behind it, man. I can get behind him because he'll protect me.
Yeah.
But I can't get behind it.
I'm still launching. I'm still in the middle of my campaign. I'm not running for sheriff. I'm looking to eliminate men on bicycles. And I posted one this morning, and one of the YouTube comments was, the guy was still perturbed that this is a thing, but he took a dig, and it's not very funny because it's emotionally driven, but it is accurate. Why are people so against bikes? It's a cheap form of transportation that is easy to use and maintain. Is it just an, oh, I'm too big and tough to be seen riding a bike? I need to use my 6-inch lift kit pickup truck to drive everywhere. It's like, I commented,
does he know you?
That's exactly what it is. Like, I can't deny that is exactly my mindset. So
yeah, I posted a running video and I opened myself up to some. I didn't even realize when I posted it, I was going to open myself up to some jokes about past things I've done. So it's like, it was pretty
in the
funny.
app in Patreon.
No, I did it on Facebook. I made a post calling out the whole administration from the sheriff's office to like get out on the bridge. And run. And yeah. Did they get to do drugs first, or did they have to wait? That they're like, the steroid stuff came up and it was hilarious. And it's like, I kind of walked into that one, but you gotta be in shape, dude. I don't care. I believe in optimal male performance. We've talked about that, and I just don't know how you can call yourself a leader if you're not, and leading this type of serious job, if you're not willing to put time and effort into your own well-being. And I'm not advocating for guys that use whatever's out there, but at this point, there's so many peptides and substances that can optimize your body. And then people who take, one of the people taking shots at me is probably 99% sure on Ozempic, and it's like, come on.
Yeah.
You're talking about one way, and I'm talking about another way, and they're both chemicals. They're both causing some reaction.
Yeah, I don't see any bans on
I actually
Ozempic.
put the next to each other when I put like rate. I had AI like rate the two drugs, and I'll be honest with you, testosterone was very higher rated than Ozempic.
We had another comment that I thought was really good on the 30 by 30 Facebook group. Facebook, don't sleep on Facebook, guys. Facebook is booming. So we didn't have a Facebook page for a very long time. I made it like 3 months ago, but that's a really good platform to be on. This guy comments on it and says, "You never see a female bouncer, no power or authority, just lots of fighting. Wonder why." And I was like, man, have you ever been to a bar and seen a female bouncer?
I've seen them fighting inside,
Yeah.
emotionally driven fights, but no, you've never. And that's a very interesting take. And I think you've mentioned construction and some other fields where nobody's pushing for any percentages of people.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. That fact right there, if you can't look at that and go, oh, there's an agenda here. Like, that's crazy.
I mean, it's so silly because, there's pages, and I don't deserve, like, the men are not in great shape either. Like a lot of male cops are not in great shape either. But if you still take the average male, even not in shape male, they're stronger by nature. So I'll stand by it. If you're going to be a female in law enforcement, there can't be a 30 by 30. There can't be an initiative just to add anybody. And you have to be the top of females to perform at that level, to be just in the average category. There's no way around it. Yeah. And I say that because I don't want to see people get hurt. It's Dominic posts the pocket cops and all those videos, and you see it and you're like, if you walk by a 4'11" female cop, 110 pounds, and that's what I'm saying, if you do it, what do you think? You're like, there's no way. You just say, I mean, I don't care. If you walk by a male, I'll take it out. If you walk by any human that big, in a male or female in uniform, you're like, yeah, okay. Like, you can throw jujitsu out the window at that point. Like, they're going to have to really get lucky to even jujitsu you down at that point. But, and then here's the other thing. I see, like, you're good sized females, like 5'7", 155. They start to get like that's almost made fun of for looking muscular, like being in shape and being in the ballpark to be in some type of fitness condition to perform. And then what do? They get on Ozempic, and now they're 5'7", 110, and their head's too big and their body's too small. So it's a wild world when it comes to all that stuff. But we can't have initiatives that just push numbers, man. It's never going to work. It's never going to work.
Ben from Facebook wants to know where we can find the dog bite video.
It's on
Brevard County Sheriff.
It's probably easier to find it on Instagram because there's less garbage on there. If you go to Brevard County Sheriff's Office Instagram page, you'll see it's a
dude that's he's complying but not really fast enough. He's doing that stall tactic. They've got a car pulled over. They do a felony stop for what doesn't seem to be a felony stop scenario. They bring a canine up into the middle of the felony stop, where I've never seen less lethal even being remotely a part of a felony stop. You've pretty much said, when you do a felony stop, you're not really fucking around with less lethal. It's a felony stop for a reason. And
maybe a guy on pepper ball if you have it.
I never
way off. Yeah.
But the guy opens the door on his own accord and seemed like he was getting out of the car, and they just sick the dog on him because they had the media crew with him. So
and where it gets dangerous there is you have to, I'm all about, like I said, bad guys have to go to jail. You have to do it correctly. You have to follow the Constitution. And dog is a great tool. But when you go into, here's what my problem is with that one is you claiming how dangerous it is, right? It's a dangerous situation. Like you said, there's no tactics. They're standing in the open. Every felony stop, you're behind your vehicle now. Everything is taught behind your vehicle using the pillars. Yeah. So you're not at your engine block. You're not standing in line of fire. One person gives commands. One person directs all the movements. That way there's not audio exclusion and the guy's not confused. And then I said it. I don't care what you tell me. If you tell me to get out of that car and I can hear that fucking dog barking, I'm going to be terrified. Like, please, I don't want the dog to bite me.
Yeah.
And at the moment they released the dog, in my opinion, it just seemed like the most compliant, which he was slow. He was getting out very slow. He was not excited about it, but his hands were up and he was getting out.
Like I said, man, you have all the time in the world. Like, why would you rush that stuff? I mean, calls can hold.
Because normally what you would do is when on a felony stop is when they get out, you have them stand up, put their hands up higher. They do the spin. They do the spin-a-rooney. They lift up their shirt. There's a lot more that goes into it than get out. Okay, he's getting out slow. Bite him. Because what if he did have a gun? Now he's going to shoot the dog.
That or the driver might get froggy. Felony stops are meant to be very, very controlled, and they're supposed to be less stress. Like it's supposed to be controlled. Nobody's going to have the excuse of I freaked out because the instructions are not being screamed at you.
Time is on your side.
Yeah, they're just, hey, you're
3 hours. You can be there 3 hours, man. Yeah. There's no reason not to. That's when I get into like he's not getting out fast enough. It's like we don't want fast, right? We want slow and calculated.
Imagine if he got out quick.
Yeah,
what would happen?
It'd be stitched up, buddy. He'd have been. Imagine if he just did one of those like those skits on Instagram where he's like, "Here, I'm getting out. Here's my wallet." Yeah, he'd have been done. So it's like you wanted him out faster, but you don't want him out fast, and it's calculated. And again, everything I've learned in high-risk felony stops over the last several years, you use VCQB, close quarter combat vehicle tactics, where you use the pillars of the vehicle, which is increased metal and protection from bullets flying your way. So at no point would that be a high-risk traffic stop. So it looks kind of ugly. And then you get into, oh, you guys just hate cops. You guys shit. No. I'm all about cops doing the right thing and getting bad guys. If they have to bite them, they have to bite them. If they have to use your weapon, you have to use your weapon. Whatever it takes to get the person in custody, but you can't. It almost looks staged, man. Like we were going to bite that guy no matter what. And
well, it's like they had the media crew with them. When you have the media with you and you're an agency, you're hoping and praying. It's like having cops with you. Please don't be a slow night, right? So you're almost out there trying to find something. You get something, you conduct a felony stop on something that, I mean, you never want to say no to a felony stop if somebody feels the need to. It just didn't feel like the regular felony stop. And then they wanted that dog bite. That canine guy was up in the middle of where the fucking cuffing officer would step out once it's determined that he has no weapons on him.
Let me tell you something.
Oh, shit.
Let me tell you something.
He just mic dropped.
Yeah, I'm at. When you have done it, when you've walked the walk, that guy going in custody peacefully and going back to the car and getting arrested is just enough. All the media you need. You turn around to your camera and say, ladies and gentlemen of Blank County, that's right. We have a great reputation in our community. Nobody wants to resist arrest. We create an atmosphere where criminals go to jail as quickly and safely as possible without any injuries. And we didn't have to do that here today. Same video. But when you haven't really walked the walk, that's the extra jab. That's the extra dog. That's the extra where you go, look at us, baby. I'm on Fox News and I can bite people with a dog and I can do this. You don't have to, dude. You walk away from that call with a reputation that the kind of what I developed in the hood, man, was like, hey, this dude's fair, honest, and he's going to do what he's got to do the right way. I don't have to use force on you to just put you in handcuffs, walk you back to your car and go, hey, man, I won today. The criminal goes to jail. No, we didn't have to beat anybody up. When you've done it, when you've walked the walk, you don't have to go cheering and extra with the dog, man.
Is he on the Justice X conference sheet in 2027?
Ivy?
Yeah.
Now there's other people.
He was on Street Cop. I don't know if maybe.
Maybe. I know I'm not on there.
I don't know if maybe Kenny reached out to him.
No, I'm not on there either. There's people on there that got me blocked, but I'm not on there.
I'm just busting Kenny's balls for now.
Kenny's great. He vouched for me, and I posted in his Trap Fine private Facebook, and I'm sure he got a lot of help for actually saying anything nice about me, but he did. So I appreciate it.
So I watched something. We were just talking about the female cops, and we got on where do you remember when Andy Frisella
and Haley?
Well, before that. So, all right, Andy Frisella, obviously you guys know he's the owner of First Form. That's like he's got $1 billion portfolio. I actually don't watch anything of successful people because they're so full of shit. And so they will sell you things to get rich and they don't care that you're wasting your time. And so I was like, man, what happened was the wife sent me a reel with Andy Frisella in it and he was being interviewed. It was on like Instagram. And he's like, well, I've never given up on the whole old school mindset, passing out flyers door to door, talking with people. He's like, you can't buy that. You know, that it's hard work. It's very hard to do, but that type of marketing is something you can't buy. Well, then a couple hours later, I'm on YouTube, which is owned by Google, which there's no way they talked. And I saw the actual whole interview with Andy Frisella, and he sat down and explained his whole upbringing and his businesses and stuff. And I was like, man, you know, maybe I'm meant to see this. I'll watch it. The first thing out of his mouth was, don't listen to anybody on the internet. They're fucking full of shit. I was like, okay, I'll listen to him now. But anyways, he got in a lot of hot water because he was talking about female cops. And he said, I will punch your face right through the back of your head. Being that he's saying, like, it wasn't at any female cop in particular. It wasn't promoting violence against cops. It was just saying, and in his field was probably considered poor choice of words. He said, like, that's what a guy could do to you. And then he caught a bunch of flack for it. Everybody was all upset. And he, I think, as a knee-jerk reaction, had the first like female cop interview he's ever done. And it was Mike's best friend, Haley.
Yes.
A TikTok cop. So it's like, man, he was so worried about, but I thought that was funny. He was so worried about reestablishing his reputation that he picked the first one. And of course, it was a fucking bullshit TikTok cop.
Not only that, like,
got like fucking 20 views.
Yeah, her podcast gets nothing. I think she stopped doing it, but like she's got a guide to the academy.
Oh,
a book to guide you to the academy, but still posts videos of her like shooting in like leggings, and her stance is wrong, and it's all wrong. But you say anything, and like him, you're bad, right? You're bad for pointing it out. You're just hating. But it's like they have an entire generation of female potential cops fooled by writing these books, and just, it's bad, dude. It's bad. Like shooting, the shooting stance. She posted videos shooting at the range. It's a joke. The target's like an airplane. Can you have fun? Yes, you're a human being. We're all fun. We have fun. But when you start, I think there's a moment when you say, okay, I'm going to write a book about joining the police academy and how women should act and behave and all the things you're going to need to know. You have to perform at a different level from that point forward. You can't be drinking in car. Like there's videos of her drinking and driving, like in cars with open containers and hanging out the window down freeways. And when you do that, it's like, you kind of told us you wanted to like write books, and you're not doing anything book worthy in your free time. So yeah, that was you're right. He picks the one person to not,
he's right in what he said. He's just, when you're of that status, you cannot say counterculture-esque things.
And if you're going to fix it, why fix it with somebody that nobody knows?
Yeah.
Like her. Better off doing it on his own. Just saying, hey, I messed up. This is why. She's a horrible example of a cop.
A couple more things to reflect on over the weekend. My Urban Valor episode came out. Thank you guys for going there and leaving some comments. They weren't as rough as I thought. The comments from the internet weren't as rough as I thought they'd be. So lots of people just shitting on people as much as they can. I went and looked at some other Urban Valor things, and they had just as much negative. But seeing you guys on there commenting positive things, that was pretty cool. So thank you guys for that. Mike's interview on Friday with the local, what were they, like a political group?
It's IRC Media. So it's like they're kind of like the outcasts that actually say the right stuff that nobody kind of wants to hear.
Was that your first ever non-podcast related, campaign related interview?
I did one in person that I wouldn't have done if I could do it over, like with a guy that writes a little local newspaper thing. But that was the first live, other than the one I did my own where I took questions. But yeah, that was the first one.
It took everything in me not to send that link to the 99%, but
it would have been horrible.
I don't know if sometimes I don't know if people in the 99 cent know when we got to mind our P's and Q's and dress nice. Like when, you know, if you were to go to a formal dinner, you know, you wouldn't wear fucking Daisy Dukes flip-flops and bring a 6-pack of Bud Light. Like
there's still room for comedy in there, right? You can still be funny, but yeah, I'm glad you didn't. I mean, it was small, so it was a good first one to like get questions thrown at you. But it's an ironic group. The one guy in there, he popped in and out a bunch. John Capari was when the whole Megan Walsh thing was going on, where what's his name? John Walsh, the guy from America Was Most Wanted, lives where I live, and they were taking custody of his daughter's kids, and I was involved in 2 or 3 of the viral videos that went crazy all over the internet. I've actually since talked to John. I actually arrested John, the guy in there, as part of the case, and we laugh about that now. But yeah, it was the first one. It went well. I can expect a lot of that, and it's definitely nerve-wracking.
Polo.
I did. I got yelled at by 2 people.
Who in the
Dom and got another guy in my town.
sell out?
They're like, you have to dress like they're trying to make me stop wearing a hat. I'm like, I'm not doing
Wait, you have to dress like formal.
I mean, I'm gonna
Dominic Izzo dresses like a fucking 1960s cosplay gangster. Like that, he takes it a little too far.
But he's right. The other guy's right too. Like you have to be. So I mean, I'm not gonna do it here, but I
You won't dress like that here.
no. But when I go on these interviews, they're right. Like I'm gonna have to wear like a collared shirt with my Dilts for Sheriff, and I'm not.
Oh, but you probably didn't have one yet.
Not yet. No, they're being made. And then the hat. I'm not dipping the fucking hat, dude. I'm gonna have a Dilts for Sheriff hat. Probably not gonna see the war one. I'm gonna make some small changes. Like I'll wear it when I'm out fishing and stuff. But on camera, all this stuff gets. You're not changing who you are. You just got to realize that people will take everything you do and overanalyze it and try to spin it. So it's like some of the things you can avoid. It makes more sense to just avoid them. But you're never getting a different mic. I mean, you have to stay true to what you are, man. I mean, even the picture, like, it's funny when you start running, everybody's got suggestions. Nobody wants to really help though.
Oh no.
They're like,
look at when you start anything, start a podcast.
Look at that poster.
Yeah.
Like, look at that picture. Your name tag looks like it's AI. And I'm like, no, the picture, I've moved the picture from one background to another. I'm like, but it's the angle. I just had a guy talking that. I'm like, here, let me send you the original picture.
Oh, that picture's not AI?
No.
Okay, I thought it was.
No, I
wasn't gonna say anything.
No, I copy and pasted it's an act. Like, I'll show you.
Yeah, Mark, we are going to cover the Knicks.
That's the actual picture. All I did was copy myself out and put the background.
Oh,
but if you look at my name tag in this one, it's kind of blurry, so it looks like Dukes maybe. So somebody's like, your name looks like Dukes. I'm like, yeah, it's the angle of the picture.
You do use a lot of AI.
You have to.
It's fair to assume that.
I mean,
I don't know how graphic designers even have work anymore.
Well, you don't take pictures anymore, right? You really don't you don't really pose unless you hire somebody and go stand up.
Oh, like, yeah, 20 years
pictures
ago,
are shitty.
Pictures because you're like, I'm going to print
you're in
out.
a bar, or we're at an event, and it's like, well, I don't want that in the background. So you now have the ability to move the background. All I did was take that.
I don't consider that AI.
All I did was take that out and say, put a rustic flag behind me.
The people that you were on Friday, that was awful AI.
Yeah, and I can't control that. But my own website, if you look at the Dilks website, we'll look at it later. The pictures are both 100% real.
People over 45 should not legally be allowed to use AI. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah,
because they're the best at it, so they use it for everything.
Yes, and all I did was move the picture to a different background. To me, that's not AI. Is it
AI.
Technically AI? Yes, but I didn't say make my arms bigger. I said take this picture, put my body on top of a flag.
Make my arms look huge.
No, I didn't do that. But it's like it does. It alters small things, and in this picture, it looks like I think the person responded. I said, "Bro, it's not AI." I was like, "I just switched the background." He said, "Okay," and Dylan Mulvaney is abroad. But I'm like, "Here's the original picture. If you zoom in on my name tag, it looks the same. It's just the angle of the picture." So.
All right, let's kick it off with our first story of the day. The UFC, the Freedom 250 fight is at risk. I don't think. When is the Freedom 250? It's got to be soon.
Yes,
July?
This weekend. No, it's June. No.
Yeah, so I don't really think this is going to be a hindrance to it. But Eli, can you share that screen over there? Add the stage. Federal lawsuit aims to stop UFC event on the White House South Lawn. Plaintiffs allege the June 14th event violates National Park Service regulations and benefit Trump and his allies. The suit, which the Public Integrity Project, a watchdog group, filed on behalf of 2 plaintiffs, is another incident in which private citizens or activist groups have tried to stymie projects championed by Donald J. Trump. The event, a fight night purportedly in honor of the country's 250th anniversary, is scheduled for June 14th, Trump's birthday. The lawsuit
ironic.
The lawsuit says UFC CEO Dana White, a longtime Trump ally, who was a campaign surrogate for him, has denied that the event's timing is a birthday celebration for Trump. But the suit says White acknowledged that the fight was Trump's idea. In the lead up to the event, a 92-foot tall, 600-ton fighting ring dubbed the Claw has been erected on the White House South Lawn. The suit says the fight is a private and for-profit, and it alleges that even though the UFC claims it is eating the cost of the event and isn't selling tickets, the event will likely be profitable for the UFC and its partners. The suit names the National Park Service and members of its leadership, blah, 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 blah. So great points.
Yeah,
They
gave the tickets away, but they're saying because of sponsorship.
They're going to benefit from it. What do you think about that? What do you think about the White House being, we're in 2026. You can take down, Eli. We're in 2026. It is what it is. I mean, I would say, is there anything sacred anymore like the White House? But
I mean, it's if you want to stay down the middle and not go one way or the other, why would you knock anything that's celebrating the 250th anniversary of the country?
Well, the concert got fucking shit canned.
Yeah, because all the people quit.
I honestly think that was a publicity stunt. I'm not sure how or why, but the concert, first off, you think Kid Rock's not going to be on that concert? I think that they were a bunch of no-name people for a reason. A lot of them claimed that they had no idea. Their management didn't even tell them they were on the show. So they drop off. But I honestly think that was a publicity stunt by the Trump administration that they're going to capitalize on another day.
And here's what I get at. Our Constitution, everybody says most important thing, right? Constitution. You're seeing now like the whole Jackson Dart Giants quarterback issue where he introduces Trump at a rally. Yeah. It's the president, right? It's the president. Teammates upset. Here we go again. We got the White House. We got the birthday of America, 250 years. It's like you should be respecting the country. And then you can get the communist views and all that. The country's garbage, terrible, this, that. Okay, that's how you feel. That's fine. But for us to just go, everybody's done some things that we regret. Everybody's done things that probably weren't the greatest. When I start listening to I listen to my wife. She's going through this class. It talks about the treatment of women back in the day. Bro, it's insane. So we weren't always our rules and our things weren't always great. I think we've gotten to a point where it's greater than it's ever been. So why wouldn't you want to celebrate progress, the country, all these things, and for people to try to sue to not have this, it doesn't make sense. Don't like it, don't like it. It's fucking fighting UFC on the White House lawn.
I just played Russian roulette with the comments. I just put Pride Assassin up on there without looking at it. No, and I mean, Heather brought up a point. They have full gay pride celebrations out there. Now, that probably are better argued as a nonprofit or awareness type thing. But all right, you're Sheriff Dilks. The Indian River headquarters, give me a government building. That's fine, whatever, for this scenario. A profit event that you believe in as Michael Dilks, right? Probably more red-leaning, Republican-leaning, but I can't think of anything. But it is a profit event, and they want to do it out there, and they want Sheriff Dilks, just like Wayne Ivey walks out and does the gay wrestling things. They want you involved. Do you think it's appropriate?
If it's for profit, probably not.
Okay. Now, what if they try to play the whole thing, but someone's going to argue they're going to profit off it?
Obviously, those sponsorship deals are probably decided long before that event. So I would say I wouldn't want them to add new sponsors just for that event. But if they already have Monster and all those sponsors,
all right, that was good. That was quick thinking.
You already had this contract in place. You get paid $10 million a year by Monster. You get paid $50 million a year by whatever other they use. The cryptocurrency company's big on there, whatever it is. So I would say if you're going to do a nonprofit, we've given the tickets away. We're inviting any Americans to. I think CC won tickets to both days. CC's going. He's got tickets to both days. We're allowing people to just come in.
He's going. Wait, CC's going to fucking White House?
Yeah, he's going. He won tickets to the Freedom.
How do you know?
It was a lot. Way back, there was a lottery. Don't say it. There was a lottery, and you signed up, and he told everybody in Patreon about it. And you go on, and you bid, and you won like a lottery, and he got tickets to both days. So you're giving away tickets. Obviously, you can't give away like water, food. I don't know how far that goes. But if it was a nonprofit that already was sponsored, like Motocross wants to come do a free event, but they're profit. but they're doing it for free, but their sponsors are already set. That's where I would go with it. If it's already set sponsors and you're making your money yearly anyway from all these companies, that's already decided. If you want to come to a free concert or a free fighting event here at this building, bring everybody together.
But
man.
it's not free and open to the public. I think that's another thing that would probably be different for local thing. I think the issue, obviously, the White House is not open to the public, but you would have to have it open to the public.
It is. You bid on the ticket. You have to have tickets.
But then you would tell people they can't come on if they don't have tickets.
That's you have to have rules. Like you can't have a serial killer walk on to try to kill the president. So
no, I'm not talking about the White House. I'm talking about you can't as a public
you can because if that event it's just like no different than the fair. When the fair comes to town, the firefighters rent. There's all case law about that. That's where that whole trespassing and auditors comes in too. If I rent the public grounds, even though it's a public park, that company says we're having this event here. We own it for this 8 hours. Like the fair will say no firearms, right?
That's the fair.
I'm sorry, the firefighters say no firearms at this event. They have gun shows there all the time. You can carry 2A at the fair when there's a gun show. But this event that's being rented out on this public ground, we are restricting firearms from being on the premise. They can have that restriction enforced. So there's a line there, but when it's public land rented by private entity to do a different event, they can restrict the rules more. No alcohol sales, right? Well, this one does have alcohol sales. Well, this one doesn't. So in that case, again, it's for America, dude.
Well, in this, I didn't know this. Apparently, little things like bugs are a huge deal. Bugs. So it's outside in June in DC. Dana White has already expressed, I didn't see this. This was months ago. His number one concern was the bugs because of all the lights. He's like, we're trying to get giant fans to, he's like, but when fighters are at their prime and laser focused on fighting, they can't have a bug on their face. He's like, that'll throw off an entire match.
Yeah,
They're gonna knock out.
Yeah.
So he's like,
imagine a bug stoppage.
Yeah.
Like I got a fucking bee in my eye. Like
he's got a bug in his eye.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you're right. I mean,
Joe Rogan said,
think about that you have to think about that ahead of the logistics to go into that. I mean, that's a lot.
Joe Rogan was like, he's very against it. He's like, you wouldn't have he's like, this is the ultimate fighting championship. He's like, these are championships. There's no regular season. These are championship bouts. He's like, you would not have the NBA championships outside. You wouldn't have any of these. So
you're right. Cause like when they do that classics down here, they have ice in like Tampa for like one hockey game. They do them classics. Yeah. That's just a regular season game, which there's like 80 something of them. But you're right. When you're taking like guys title shots, you put them online, you're putting them outside. It just changes the dynamic. I even thought about wrestling, even though wrestling is staged, but when they have it outdoors in like Orlando, it's hot, humid. It's more difficult. Your cardio is going to be different. That could be another argument. You're not in an enclosed building. It's going to be hotter. Your cardio could be different. Like you're right. When you have something that's supposed to be set across the board, they put the Super Bowl in New York one year in January outside in New York City.
Yeah,
and it didn't snow, but it was miserable. Like the Super Bowl has always been like played at a place where it's warm, the weather's nice. That takes away the disadvantages of any of those factors. So, yeah, that's interesting. Bugs in the eyes could definitely be a huge problem there.
All right, moving on from that one. We have this. Did you hear about the trains, or not the train station? We'll get to that in a second. Did you hear about the Navy sailor?
No, I did not.
All right, so let's pull this up. A Navy sailor was arrested for trying to buy a bunch of rockets.
Wow.
So check this out. All right, yeah, go ahead and throw it up. So a terrifying arsenal of rockets ex-Navy sailor tried to buy for mass murders of special forces operators. An ex-California Navy sailor was among 3 alleged homegrown ISIS terrorists arrested after federal investigators uncovered what prosecutors say was a plot to fund terror group and help carry out an attack on U.S. Special Forces troops using drones, grenades, and RPGs. Barine Dezei, 25, Elias, Arabic name, out of and Bizam Gufor, these are all obviously foreign, were taken into custody Friday after a lengthy FBI investigation. According to a criminal complaint filed in federal court in Kansas, the three men allegedly spent more than a year communicating about extremist plans, including discussions about leaving the United States to join ISIS. Federal prosecutors allege the trio pledged allegiance to ISIS, sought to provide material support to the terrorist organization, and discussed killing Americans.
How do you think they found out about that? The Patriot Act?
Oh, yeah, it was the FBI. When you can't. Well, first off, they're fucking probably Muslims, so they're already on the watch list, you know.
So they're just think about that means they were monitored 24 hours a day for a year.
Yeah,
by the government. Every keystroke, every
we're
conversation, every conversation, every keystroke, and then they were like, "All right, today's the day. Let's take them out." Like, what a dangerous thing, man! That these guys are trying to do that, and the FBI is just sitting back, or whoever is investigating. It's just like,
scary.
Yeah, they're talking about buying bombs again today. Like, that's a wild, wild world, dude.
The complaint alleges the group discussed acquiring weapons, including drones, grenade, and RPGs to use against American Special Forces. At one point, one allegedly asked the confidential FBI source he believed was an ISIS member, "How many do you hope to kill?" Okay, so they thought the FBI undercover was an ISIS guy. Prosecutors say one of them also claimed he had always wanted to kill a female soldier by beheading, and added, "I wish I could kill 300 million Americans."
Mm-hmm.
The investigation began after a confidential human source working with the FBI encountered the group in an online social media forum in May 2025. Prosecutors say the men believe the source was an active ISIS member.
Cool. What a cool job.
Wait. So an active ISIS member told the FBI?
No. He's a foreman. He's a plant. He's in these ISIS messaging boards and forums, and he's just that's all he does for a living.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Investigators say the men also discussed acquiring rocket-propelled grenades, commonly known as RPGs. One image included a complaint showed 3 RPGs and several firearms loaded in the back of a pickup truck. The photograph was allegedly sent to members of the group. The confidential source, according to the complaint, one had previously told the source it would be sick if his name was written on the drone. One alleged suggested the image would make a good social media post. On or about September 1, 2025, one told the source that he planned to get a job so he could make money to purchase the AK-47 and ammunition to start training for his fighting with ISIS.
Wow.
I mean, I think it goes on and on and on. But essentially, they obviously did a search warrant. They arrested these guys, but one was a Navy veteran, sailor, probably kicked out, but. You know what? And it's funny too. This was actually shared by Dan Crenshaw.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you can take it down anyway. So I was watching your interview that we just discussed on Friday.
Okay.
And they were, I think they were really good people. They were fair people. And I think their definition of a hardball question is really just like stuff we're used to talking about. And they started bringing up red flag laws, and I was sitting there in my truck like getting mad because I kind of came to this like conclusion while I was listening to it. Red flag, like Republicans always want to say, don't blame the gun, you blame the mentally ill person, you blame the person.
Mm-hmm.
And so when a proposal is put out there for actual monitoring of this and limiting mentally ill people from getting firearms, Republicans also have a problem with that. So it's almost like, what do you want to do? You're not bringing anything to the table anymore because they call it red flag laws. Call it pro 2A laws. Just change the name. Like red flag laws to me, like 2A people, extremist 2A people are about as logical as transgender people. They really truly believe that even a mass murderer should be able to have a weapon. They like believe you're supposed to be born with it. And it's like,
I mean, it's obviously, it's kind of like goes along with anything else. We walk by a guy and go, well, that guy shouldn't have a gun.
Yeah.
Like, as humans, we're usually right? We walk by somebody, most of us get the same impression from certain just things we see. And we're like, that guy was like a criminal. Not that it's always right and not that it's fair, but that's just general. When somebody, I'm like, what these laws are for those, in Florida here, we have the Baker Act and we have the risk protection order. And if you make any threats of harm or violence in a mental crisis, the government can petition the court to say, hey, so-and-so said they're going to do this, that, and the other. It's probably best, I'm going to go to the my husband's job, and I'm going to stab everybody in the eyes with scissors, and I'm going to kill myself. And you're like, that's a pretty.
That sounds oddly specific.
No, I made that. I swear I made that up. But but to say, like, my reason for being specific sounding was when they have a specific plan, not like what everybody said. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to shoot every human being has at one point or another in their life was like, I'm going to just blow my brains out. We've all said something like that. But when you say, on Tuesday, I'm going to go to my husband's job and stab all the female employees' eyes out with the scissors and then kill myself, that you hear that and you go, well, that's pretty specific. That's thought through, right?
The crazy part is that these red flag laws are usually reactionary to an incident that's already happened. Like they are brought into a psych check or they are treated by a doctor. It's not like they really can't. I don't see any law enforcement entity. If it's not enough for a Baker Act, it's not enough to take your guns. So if you came to me and said, dude, this lady just said this on a social media post, might have grounds for criminal charges, but criminal charges don't fall under red flag laws. I don't think so, right? It's mentally ill stuff.
Well, it's threat of violence. I'm going to go shoot up a school with a gun. We probably don't want that person to have a gun because we're going to assume they kind of go together. You're going to assume the person that wants to do that is not mentally right because no mentally stable person should want to do that. So they can piggyback both with each other. If you make a threat of great bodily harm to people using a firearm, or you're going to cause mass violence, I would take you, either arrest you or get you a mental evaluation. But in both cases, I would say, I would petition you for not to be able to have guns. If you made a threat with a gun, it's kind of like if you make a threat with a gun, not like I'm going to protect myself at all costs. That's not a threat with a gun.
Yeah.
I'm going to protect my home. I have guns. I'm going to protect my home. Good. You should. It's, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to go do something violent. So it could be criminal and an RPO. So it's specific language that is used to say you're going to facilitate some type of act against yourself or others using a gun. That is what and I don't like red flag law either. I like the risk protection order. You're basically saying to the court, hey, this dude said specific information, like he was going to go Friday and kill everybody with an AK-47, and we found out about it. We got the tip. We're going to take him to get mental health evaluation or criminal charge with everyone. But at the same time, we don't think he should be able to have a gun right now. So you get a temporary RPO put in place, risk protection order. And then the person in due process has an opportunity to go to the judge and have a hearing and say, I was just kidding, Your Honor. Like, I didn't really mean that. Or whatever he wants to say. He gets a lawyer. It's not like just grab his guns and go. He goes to the courthouse. They have a hearing, and the judge says, based on what I've heard from both sides, I believe he should not be able to have a gun for 1 year, and we'll reassess in 1 year.
What's funny is everybody will catch flack for that, but the judge that makes the final decision on whether you keep your guns, no one's going to hold that judge accountable. None of the 2A people are going to go, judge needs cops. It's cops. Yeah, it's going to be law enforcement.
And that's a lot. That's one case where, and I'm saying this in the event that judges actually aren't corrupt and have any bias. That's a lot of burden on that judge, because one, well, I guess it's not. It's only not. It's only a burden if he says no, let him have his guns, and then he goes and does something. Then it's going to be the worst judge ever. If he grabs a gun, then they're going to go, look at the cops.
That judge still won't.
Yeah.
There's literally been murders that could have been prevented if the judges had made better calls.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that dude, could you imagine going in and taking a guy's guns that's mentally ill, and he's inside and he's got an arsenal?
It sucks.
It's horrifying.
You try to get him out. You'd negotiate. Usually it ends with at that point you wouldn't. It would be a SWAT call out. You should never be going in somebody's house with that scenario. And if it's risen to the level of criminal or seizure of firearms, it's going to be a barricade, and it's going to be surrounding call out, pepper gas. It's going to be like one of those. But so you should never, and don't ever advise anybody going to anybody's house that's having a crisis that's armed. But no, it's on the side of the road. It could be a traffic stop and somebody starts having that meltdown. And so you have to be careful about being so pro gun that you're willing to let guns stay in the hands of mentally ill people. And then you have the other side that is just, blaming the guns completely. So somewhere in the middle, like always, somewhere in the middle of the super pro 2A, like all no matter what guns, and nobody should have guns. Somewhere in the middle is me and you going, I don't want to get killed by a guy with a gun because he's got a mental health crisis and he shouldn't have had it. Like, I don't think that's right. And I also don't want to see a guy have his firearms taken from him who doesn't deserve it. Yeah. So that's, again, where both sides kind of put their flag in the ground really far apart, and we have to be stuck in the middle kind of navigating it.
All right. Couple other stories. My voice is cracked. My son's been waiting to call me out. His fucking voice cracks every other sentence. Let's see here. You said Jacksonville? I don't have
Jacksonville. Go with it. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office shot their 11th person this year.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
No, I can't hear you. You can hear him? Okay, that's just funny.
Check.
When I'm looking at the TV, I only see me.
He doesn't see it. Look at the TV.
That's me talking.
You didn't switch the camera to me while I'm talking.
There we go.
That's way worse than a voice crack. He just completely checked everything and didn't realize he never switched the camera. That was good. Women, and actually this case, it was a female. A 22-year-old woman fired a shot at officer during a confrontation Sunday, was hospitalized in critical condition after he was shot multiple times by two officers who returned fire, but the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office said. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office came to the home at 6 p.m. for a domestic dispute. They're always volatile. Domestics are always volatile. Mm-hmm. Officers found the grandparents of Kayan Alex Atkinson said the accident who lives behind their home had threatened them with a gun. Here we go. This is the same call. Has threatened them with a gun during a confrontation. So this would be a case where you would take her guns had this not ended the way it did. They gave officers permission to enter the backyard where accident was inside the shed. Accident eventually came out when officers called her, but then ran towards the front of the house. Officers with their guns drawn told her to show her hands, but she reached into her waistband, and one of the officers tased her. So they used taser first. Again, these things rapidly change. Some people go to taser first. She then pulled out a gun from her waistband and fired one shot towards police. So there's an instance where the taser did not work. Given commands not to reach in her waistband, taser was deployed. It was ineffective. She was able to retrieve her gun, fired one round at the officers, and two officers returned fire and shot her, where she is now in critical condition. Jacksonville being as transparent as always. TK Waters, the sheriff, came right out on the news last night, stood with his deputy chief, gave him an informational breakdown. There'll be a full video, as always, with Jacksonville. They're very transparent, which I believe is important. So
they're fucking roasting some poor guy that thought he was going to walk in and say this podcast fell off hard, and they're just fucking going to town on this guy.
It's not a podcast.
It's not.
It's
but I think you know when somebody walks into a bar and they're drunk and they're feeling frisky, and then the entire bar kicks the shit out of them. I think that poor guy just like thought he was going to make a sly joke, and that's all right. 99% will handle him. But yeah.
So Jacksonville is transparent. Jacksonville is well trained. Jacksonville. There's no video of the shooting though. It just they will do a full incident breakdown probably in 3 to 4 months with all the body cam. But their only video is TK Waters talking. He comes out the night of the shooting, stands with his guy, head guy, second in charge, does a press release, and then within 3 to 4 months they usually do a complete. They have a whole website just for their shootings, and then they do a critical incident breakdown. They show all the body camera, which is important in transparency. Because you could stand up there as the sheriff and tell everybody everything went great or it didn't go great. But if you hold the video of these critical incidents.
That's what freaking kills me, dude. I don't like the Officer O'Malley thing in Boston. I can't wrap my head around it. It's national news. They're holding.
I think the state doesn't want it out, right? I don't know who's holding it.
Well, because the state's the one charging him. So they want, we've watched this happen to our friends. Like we've watched our friends be attacked by the state who wants nothing to do more than incarcerate an innocent guy. And luckily we have friends that give them the big middle finger, and that's awesome.
And here's the other side, because it's happened when someone died, when we care about it. I care about everybody. I don't want anybody to die. Let me make that very clear. I'm not, but when bad guys die, it goes to the media, like these shootings, and they want transparency. When cops die, obviously it's a huge hit on our community, because our community is very heavy law enforcement. That's what we both did. So it's an unfortunate thing. Nobody wants to go to a cop funeral. Nobody wants to see a cop die. But I will tell you, in every one of those situations, good or bad, like this in shooting or anytime an officer shot, it's important to be transparent and make sure the community, not only the community, but the other officers know what happened. And we have to be able to learn from every situation. I will always stand on the sports analogy that the Patriots win 50-0. They don't just take the week off. They watch the video back from a 50-0 win and go, hey, bro, you were out of position on this play. Hey, dude, you could have done more if you cut right. Did you notice the linebacker did this right before the snap? You could have gone this way. These are the things we improve on. When an officer is killed, it's the most tragic thing. I've now been very, very intimately involved in it. It's horrible. I think about Terry every day. Every time I walk by my wife's car in the driveway, there's a ribbon. It is the most unfortunate thing to think that I grew up with her as a young cop, sat next to her, knew her kids, knew her husband. But we can't lose track that something, there's tactics, there's something we need to like review all those and make sure we never make those mistakes again, or we don't respond the same way. It's not Monday quarterbacking. It's not shitting on anybody. It's just what we do. We have to. That's what technology has allowed us. The body cam wasn't just for discipline or the bad guy's a bad guy. The body cam is also a tool for us to learn from tactics and learn to not do similar things again. So I'm going to leave it there. I have a strong belief that those things are going to be hidden from the public. And if it was me or if my wife, God hope it never happens, but if something happened to her, I would be a proponent to get that video out to make sure we don't make that mistake again. Or if there were mistakes made, even there's something that could always be done better. Not maybe the ending part, like I don't want to see anybody killed, but you should at least have a transparent breakdown of a critical incident, just like Jacksonville always does, so that we know, hey, we got to learn from this, right? It's like shooting. We watch guys shoot and they go, hey, you should grip the gun like this. You should use this. You should do this. The internet has allowed us to do that. So I always think we should be very transparent and making sure we never let someone pass away and not get something from it to make sure that doesn't happen to anybody else.
All right. We are going to have Jake on here in a couple minutes. We're pulling an audible. K9 might have to wait until 2:30 if he can at all. But we will cover sports if K9 is unavailable at 2:30.
Big night for sports tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll talk about the Trump and the Knicks and all that stuff. 6 Jedis with $10. Thanks so much, bro. Really appreciate it. But yeah, the only other thing I don't have much on is the train station stabbing. That's kind of new. It's New York. Seems kind of like an active stabber situation.
But here's what's interesting. You want to run that before the break?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. So let me find I got the one up here. Maybe. Yeah. So New York, we got everything happening. Knicks game, Trump's coming. New York City, greatest city on earth. Suspect is in custody after multiple people were stabbed in New York's Penn Station on Sunday evening, leaving one person seriously injured, officials said. The FDNY told Fox News the emergency crews responded to West 33rd and 7th Ave, which is a block away or right under. Penn Station is under Madison Square Garden. So it's right there where the president's going to be and the basketball game is going to be. After receiving reports that a person had been stabbed multiple times. And FDNY said 6 civilians were injured, including one person who suffered serious injuries, 2 who sustained moderate injuries, and 3 who suffered minor injuries. 5 patients were transported to Bellevue Hospital, including the seriously injured victim. They turned it over to, because there's so many police agencies in New York, Amtrak Police, which is leading the investigation, said a suspect had been taken into custody. And they give a little statement, but our boy, our favorite person. New York City
Wait,
Mayor,
let me guess. Oh, Mamdani?
Zohran Mamdani said he has been briefed on the horrible stabbing. His heart is with everyone who's injured, their loved ones, and those shaken by this unacceptable violence. I'm wishing each of these victims a full and speedy recovery. You're a fraud. You should be tougher on crime. You should support your police more and give them the ability to go hands-on, get these people in custody. But if it was, if he was shot, I completely believe there would be a different tune from Mamdani. They killed this guy because it would be
this
mentally ill guy, mentally ill, who stabbed some people. So when it's no police involved, it's a horrible act, and he condemns it. But if the police are involved in shooting a guy with a knife, Mondami says, well, I'm going to go visit the guy that got shot because it's a horrible thing, that the mental illness. So that, to give you perspective, the incident occurred during a busy period for New York's transportation network, with large crowds moving through Penn Station as the New York Knicks continue their NBA Finals run and the visitors arrive in the city for the FIFA World Cup. So that's huge. This year, the FIFA World Cup's in New York. You have the Knicks in the finals. That is right there at Madison Square Garden where the game is tonight. So that is the downtown hub of Manhattan. Penn Station has all the trains going out to Jersey, huge transportation hub with the subways right there, and you're just minding your business, walking around.
Fucking horrifying, dude. We breeze over the fact that people are set on fire, stabbed, thrown in front of trains. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
That is horrifying. Could you imagine such a senseless death of somebody that you knew?
Yeah.
Oh, he was pushed in front of a train for no reason. He was stabbed for no reason. Oh, your daughter was lit on fire
for chilling on a bus,
for sitting there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, do you imagine? I think that fire thing was so fucking horrid and morbid that the news was like, we just can't cover this. It was, dude, there was video footage of it.
Put in perspective, when I was in New York, I think the first time Joanna and I went together, 21, 22, somewhere there, there was a dude, it was like midnight. And of course, New York, the city never sleeps. It was, we're down by Times Square. It's never down. Maybe 4:35 in the morning. It's kind of quiet, but there's always chaos. And there was a homeless dude raging inside of like a corner store deli. Like,
love those.
Yeah, just crazy. And he's throwing shit around. And I'm like, I'm ready to go like hands on. This is before Daniel Penny. I'm like, bro, you can't have this. And we said something to the owner of the shop, and he's like, no. He's like, don't say anything, and don't say anything about the police. He's like, the police came last time this guy did this, and he came back with a knife and threatened all of us in here, and they didn't do anything.
Police didn't come.
No. So they have to, like, and this is 4 years ago. They literally were like, just let him throw the stuff around, let him act crazy. We'll just wait till he's done and leave. And that's the mentality in that city, is like, the cops aren't going to do anything. And I'm not knocking the cops. I'm done. This isn't. It's all. Every cop is different. There are good cops in New York, but sometimes in these areas, maybe they're not doing it. It's a lot of paperwork. They're not going to get the support from the brass. It's going to be a problem. Imagine that, like, where cops go, I'm not going to stop this guy from destroying a business because I might get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's complete failure.
That's anarchy.
And now you have Mamdani. So good luck.
Donnie. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break, guys. We'll be right back with Jake the Roughneck and hopefully sports with K9. Stick around.
Over a century ago in 1910, the Flexner Report, funded by John D. Rockefeller and the Carnegie Foundation, re-engineered medical education from a holistic, whole-body approach, which appropriately treated the body as an interconnected system, to a compartmentalized approach under the guise of specialized medicine. They shut down or consolidated medical schools, marginalized naturopathic, homeopathic, and chiropractic medicine, replacing them with symptom management and synthetic drugs. Allopathy is a marketing strategy rooted in fear and manipulated science. This philosophy carried into veterinary medicine, resulting in over-vaccination, unnecessary surgeries, and manufactured food, just like they did for people. They call it care, but it's predatory and based in profitability. The truth? Toxicity, compromised immunity, and chronic inflammation. They're not fate. They're engineered. And so is your power to undo them. We built 3 targeted formulas to return the body to homeostasis, for pets and people, to detox, defend, and restore. We are the correction to decades of corruption. We are vengeance.
And we're back. This show is brought to you by Counterculture Inc. It's quick, you're fast. Get it at countercultureincthreads.com. Use promo code antihero. Save 15% on the best in counterculture graphic tees, stickers, hats, team room flags, hoodies, Ranger panties. We have everything. Countercultureincthreads.com and use promo code antihero and you'll save 15%. And if you're on Patreon or the app, make sure you message us on those platforms and ask for the super duper OG discount that we have for all tiers. So,
and secondly, not Copville today. Today's episode is also, please, brought to you by me, Dilks for Sheriff. Go to dilksforsheriff.com and you can see all about my platform in there. There's a quick little donate button. It takes money. It takes money to win these things. It takes money to buy stuff. I will put the time, effort, and my own money in, but it would help if everybody would check out the new website. Go to dilksforsheriff.com and subscribe to the mailing list. Offer to volunteer if you're close, and if you can, like I said, it takes money. I'm going to put a lot of my own time and effort and money into this, but I'm not a millionaire. So, and we're up against guys with money. So check me out.
All right. That being said, I'm going to bring on Jake the Roughneck.
What's up, fellas?
No
What up,
glasses
man?
today.
No what?
No glasses.
No
today.
glasses.
Yeah, well, I got them right here. Is it better if I put them on?
No, I just never noticed until the other day that you had gray in your hair.
Yeah, because it's usually hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
if
Well,
I forgot to use this just for what is it? Just for men?
bro, I won't dye it, because that is something men shouldn't do. I think.
Oh, that is right then and there. Should men dye their beards in denial that
Nope.
they have gray in their facial hair?
Absolutely not.
Nah, man, you gotta, dude. Men get the shit end of the stick on a lot of things, and that's stuff that me and Jay are gonna talk about on our new cast. But no, we got the good end of the stick on that. Like, dude, men are able to age gracefully as long as you take care of yourself. So let it happen, bro. Don't be a fag.
Don't be a fag. Don't dye your beard.
No.
Don't be a fag.
No, you gotta go with it.
That was a good one. Right off the rip, dude.
That wasn't planned, dude. Nobody's gonna
No, it
believe that,
wasn't.
but it wasn't.
But it's funny. Heather will know what I'm talking about. There's a certain individual that clearly dyes his beard, and I was dogging on him.
Do you think that same dude? Do you think he dyes his pubic hair?
Probably, but
I think it's
I don't
okay to dye your pubes.
do you think it's okay to have pubes?
Yeah, bro. Why do you want your wiener to look like you're 7?
Well, it does look.
Oh boy.
It's the the kind of like makes it look bigger, you know.
I guess. Yeah, I guess. And I guess the real question is, I mean, are you trimming it for the woman, or are you trimming it for the homies? Because if you trimming it for the chick, I think that's gay. But if you trim it up for the homies, I think that's a little different.
Yeah. I can't even keep it straight. If you're trimming it for the deli. I'm trying to be respectful, you know. You're bringing professionalism to the game.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I think that's why you guys have me here.
Hey, what's your thoughts on your, before we get into more, I have like 6 things I want to talk about. Is it manly? What's your thoughts on your co-host Jay?
Dude, never in a million years would I have thought that I was going to start coming on like a podcast like this, talking about silly things, and meet some fucking like crazy ADHD British guy, and like immediately find out that we have so much in common that it's unreal. And by that, like, I don't mean the fact that, I mean, like, he's obviously a homosexual and I'm not. Also, that's another thing. I didn't know that I was ever going to have a gay friend.
Yeah.
But no, dude, like, I've said it before. I wish that I could share, like, our, I mean, the WhatsApp conversations, because the ADHD is so bad. We will be having like 12 different conversations at once. And most people in my life, that really bothers. But it's just like the natural flow. Like, Jay is the only other person I know that's capable of keeping up with that level of like fucked up, like, you know, distracted thinking.
I don't know how he does it. It's all the stuff that Jay does.
Well, and
like, he's making like AI music now. Like, he's doing.
he doesn't. He's a robot. He's a cyborg. He doesn't.
Bro,
I
hey,
don't get
did he send you guys our the intro song that we did?
I haven't listened to it yet, but he sent it while we were here. Yes,
Dude, it's
Speaking of this segment of Roughneck with Jake is brought to you by LibreAudex. Did I say it right? LibreAudex. the company that built the anti-hero app and all the display generators and everything, they are a brand new company. They're thriving and they're really good at what they do and they're very affordable. So if you have something that you would, did we just kick Jake off?
Oh, he disappeared. So I don't know.
Oh.
There you go.
If you guys are trying to build an app for a company, if you guys are trying to build a website for a company, if you guys are trying to utilize AI for the best, to get the best out of your company, these guys are where it's at. Trust us, they built everything that we have, and they do a very, very, very good job in a very timely manner.
Built the website, my website.
They built pretty much all the websites.
Yeah, it's all. It happens fast too, like lightning. I don't know how. I don't know, and I'll. You feel bad because you work so hard. I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, hey man, can you fix this one little thing? And he's like, it's done. Like before I can even finish telling him about it, he's like, no problem.
Yep.
Or
very informal, very customer service oriented, immediate results.
And it looks great.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks great. I'm like I said, I launched the website yesterday, officially today. He sent it to me last night. It took him just a week maybe to build it. And
Counterculture Inc., the media company, has a website now.
Yes,
that's insane.
Yeah, and he was sending me the app. So he's building a Counterculture app.
Jeez Louise,
like and there's a whole Copville app that I haven't even had a chance to even get out yet. There's a whole Copville app that's just like the 99, except it's got fitness tracking and stuff in it, and it's just like we've been working a lot. I'll say that we've been working a lot. All these projects, and there's a lot going on. Like I have a whole shipment of products I haven't had a chance to upload, but these guys are like, they work on things and they get them done quick.
So yeah, any business you have, website needs to be on point. That is your store in 2026. That is where people are going. You wouldn't walk into a store that looked like a bag of ass and want to buy something. And then utilizing AI is something that me and Mike we joke about, but we're not very good at to its fullest potential. These guys over at LibraRx know how to capitalize on AI. So go give them an email, tell them what you want to do, get some pricing.
Let me tell you something. This is why you use it.
Oh, you got
let me tell you why you use it. Because I had somebody recommend a guy to build my first Copville website who took advantage of that situation. I paid. I don't mind talking about. I paid $5,000 for that curtain,
which is standard.
It was standard if it was. You wouldn't take a car without the wheels on it, right?
No,
if you bought a brand new car.
Fucked you.
There was things unfinished. There was things that never got finished. There were things that weren't done all the way. And then when I started to say, hey man, this is wrong, that's wrong, this wrong, that wrong, then all of a sudden wanted more money. I'm like, bro, this is a lot of money. Like, and then it became like I was a hindrance or a problem for wanting my website to look. Money. Yes.
And web types, these guys, what they do is the reason why it says pitch us your idea is because it's 2026. Companies need different things. So there's not like, I can't just put a price up here. Like it depends on what you need, when you need it by. These guys are actually the boys. They're part of the 99%. And so
this is a sponsor ad, but it's not a sponsor. I mean, we're supporting them, but this isn't like we've seen their product work and they,
that's how I'm able to talk about it.
Yes, and they did it for us. So it's not like, hey guys, can you push this company? I'll give you $500 or I'll give you $1,000. This is, hey, I built the app. I built a website. I built 2 websites. We built another app. We've seen the work. Just like we know our creatine has creatine.
Yeah.
So we know for sure.
We already made that mistake.
Yeah, we know for sure what we're dealing with. So this one, I'm saying, and I'm already getting business. As a matter of fact, I got a text message just now that said somebody saw your website and they're interested in hiring. So first set of business for these guys, they're interested in hiring or looking into whoever did your website to do their website. So that's how this works. Is that but they're the type of guys willing to put in the hard work. Go look at our product. Now, let's see let's get it out and have people start pushing the product. So we're back.
Hey, what happened?
Dude, my boss called me, so I'm probably gonna have to bounce in like 10 minutes or so. I'm sorry.
What a fucking fag.
A real internet,
what an asshole.
A real internet star would quit his job.
And you'd film it like this.
Yeah.
Dude,
me quitting. You interrupted me on my show. I'm quitting.
When I quit this fucking job, I will live stream it.
And you got to go, the Life Ride podcast is going to fucking make it. And then you go home and you kiss your wife and you go, I just quit my job, baby girl. We're going all the way.
And Jay says, hey, mate, by the way, I can't do the podcast anymore, mate.
Yeah.
That's so
He's ready to bounce this.
We're mainstream on this one, so we'll keep it PG. But you alarmed everybody when you left the counterculture and you put your phone in your pocket. Oh no, it was Friday night. It was the OG chat, and Jake
dude,
went off to go
Do something.
have some private time with his family, specifically
No,
his wife.
dude,
And
she
then-
made those. That was like the first
The
time,
phone
and
in his
I'm not
pocket,
joking.
and it was like Jake.
Yo, dude, it's
You
probably like
remember
first time in probably 5 days she made those eyes at me, and I was like, dude, I love you guys, but I gotta go.
And
A real man would have left the phone streaming. Real man would have left.
Well, I think
phone streaming.
actually, bro, I think I did. Not on
I know,
purpose.
I removed you from the stage, and everybody.
I think Tyler had to kick me.
So all right, you only got a couple minutes. Let's rock it. Right, we're gonna fire them off. Ready? And then I want everybody's opinion. Have we determined that straws are gay?
I refuse to use a straw. I won't use a straw.
Notice how I don't have a straw anymore because that shit's gay.
Oh, you just stopped.
Dude,
What
no.
You were pulling on that custom Nick the Gun Guy fucking tumbler.
Whatever, dude.
We go back and watch.
Straws are
Okay,
so
wait,
gay.
all right. Yeah. So
This
a
weekend,
tumbler straws are for chicks for sure. What about at the drive-through, dude? Like if you're like, dude, I've been off the path for a little bit, like eating like shit, eating fast food and stuff like that. I might regret saying this, but I'm just gonna, I made a promise to myself to always tell the truth on here. So like, dude, like at Taco Bell, if they give me a straw, like I'm gonna punch it through the little hole in the lid. Like,
Okay.
literally, I mean,
Hey,
I think the drive-through straw on the road is acceptable.
is it okay?
In the
Okay,
car
driving.
on the
Yeah,
road.
I have a question.
You're not just saying
Yeah, go
that.
No, I think it.
You're not just saying that.
I mean,
we're gonna talk shit about you. When you get
I
off
drove
here.
through. I drove through Boston trying to eat a triple Whopper down the highway, and it's difficult. If I needed to wash down with a nice cold beverage while I was doing that, the straw fits that situation because you're mobile. Things can spill. You take the lid off the drink to get a drink
Also
like the man, and then you turn. The drink flies out.
It's convenient. You got to drink like this, right? So
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
lift your head back.
Not only
while
that,
you're
how many
driving.
times have I taken the lid off, like my coffee, to drink it instead of having the lid on? You forget, and then you take a turn, and the coffee bounces out of the cup. You're like, all right, that's not good. So, drive-through straws are acceptable.
Okay, so straws. Oh, and Eli wanted us to let him know. Eli has had major surgery on the front of his teeth when the neighborhood kid knocked him out with an aluminum bat when he was little. So he's got very set. So what about somebody with sensitive teeth?
Yeah, that's acceptable.
That's acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Right.
I've never even been hit in the face with a bat, and I got sensitive teeth. So yeah, I feel that.
All right, something we've got to talk about, guys. This actually came from Mike. Sending another man selfies.
That depends. What's
On what?
I mean, what is it, dude? Like if it's you just like making like a
That's
bro,
no.
if you're peace
It's not.
signing and duck facing, that's gay. If
Yeah.
it's like
I don't
I mean,
care if you're
like-
holding a 2-foot bass, dude. It's gay.
No, the bass is okay.
Oh,
I would
now
say
we're
the
giving
fish, if you're holding the fish and for that matter any type of meat, I'm gonna say it's okay.
I think the fish is okay. It's the random, like, hey, I got a new hat. Or
Yeah,
So
dude.
you're saying there needs to be a manly subject matter in the picture.
like a fish. You got to show what are you going to just, hey, look at this fish. Who knows who caught it? It's just a fish laying on the side
Okay,
of the boat.
so you're proving that
So you're
you
like,
caught
hey,
it.
look at the fish. I got to
Okay.
show you I caught this fish.
But what about like, hey, I'm just here
No.
at an event,
No.
just me and you.
Concerts, sporting
Yep.
events.
Yeah,
You can send a picture as a couple. Like you can take you and your wife, like standing by the backdrop. Somebody takes a picture. Hey, we're at the.
Well, you're
Game.
just saying that because you took the gayest fucking selfie I've ever seen in my life on your vacation. That was pretty
Which
gay.
one?
You had the mopeds and the helmets on.
Oh, that was cool.
No,
Yeah, that was cool.
no.
another
dude, Mike, I
country,
feel
too.
like that's
That's
what
why
you're
Mike's
talking about
already
right now.
getting ahead of it.
It's no, I don't mind that. I don't see. I didn't post it. I didn't send it to you though. I posted it.
I know. That's
There's a
true.
difference between sending it. Like I'm not going to send that to anybody. I'm going to
That's
post it.
fucking gay.
I'm just going to post it. But I mean,
I'm not seeing the difference there, man.
I think posting and sending is there intimate, just like the 4 lines that I talked about. There's an intimate situation that develops when I text you because I'm not a big texter anyway.
Hmm.
But if I send you a
Shit.
picture it's got to be something cool.
All right. Well, we'll as examples roll through on the comment section or the 99. We'll bring up new examples. How much time you got?
Dude, I bet I can swing 5-10 minutes. It ain't no biggie.
Okay. Text over 4 lines. This came up because Jake's a texter. Jake's actually a very good communicator, which is gay if you're a man. But Mike states that a man should only send a text with no more than 4 lines.
Agreed.
He actually, but he, dude. So Mike texted me something. I was chatting with him about my very limited experience working on a campaign, like for my dad's sheriff campaign, and we were just chatting about that. And he sent me one with like 5.5, 6 lines, and I was like, "Yo, dude, what happened to the rule?"
There's an addendum.
Oh,
In a group
Right.
chat.
So yep. So yeah, the group chat has to be 4 or less.
One-on-one, you can go up to like 10 because there's
what?
Yeah, one-on-one, it's okay because you have to group chats are for like you're supposed to be firing away in a group chat. Like that's
I understood it. I understood it when he explained it.
No, but it's
sense.
like if I'm gonna tell you I gotta explain he's asking for critique, so I can't critique him in 4, so I give him he gets up to 10 in that scenario. But in a group chat, it's under 4.
Okay. I don't agree with that. I think if you're sending one man more transmissions,
because it's multiple. Now you're with 2 men. Now you're it's
not gayer.
So
it does seem like it should be gayer the more men are involved, but I see what Mike's saying. It could be like the inverse. It could be less gay right. That makes sense. The less it's less gayer, the less men that are involved. That makes sense, right? Am I wrong?
Kind of. No, not really, but I'm interested in.
Do you see how the length of those text messages?
Jake's a texter.
Yeah, it's big.
He's a texter.
A lot of words.
But we have people that text us, Jake, that put you to shame. We're talking. Well, now business. If it's business, does that give it a pass? Group text, business.
Because a lot of that.
Hey, need to brief Mike and Tyler on what's going on. If you don't text more than 4 lines, you might not be able to get the people that need to get the information.
Business is okay. Banter is not.
Okay. All right.
Dude, I never text you guys with banter. It's only about business. So I feel like I get the pass.
All right.
My last one for you guys that I have came in the comment section, and it kind of blew me away. Skateboards as a grown man.
I'm gonna give him. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Skateboarding is hard and it's cool.
Dude, I'm not saying it's not hard, but
you wouldn't want to see Tony Hawk still thrash it at like 55.
That's what we said about BMXers. They get a pass to ride a bike, but you see Greg from accounting in his polo try to get on that skateboard.
Greg's in accounting. That's different.
What about a loser dad?
The short board is okay. The long board starts to get questionable.
I don't know. What do you think, Jake?
I think Tony Hawk is like the only guy that gets a pass. To be honest,
I'm saying that they're like grinding like park benches and stuff, like picnic table. That's okay. Are you talking about just like down the sidewalk?
I don't know, bro. My question is this:
if you're a grown man on skateboard, what is your initial thought?
What are you doing? That's my thought, bro. What are you doing?
Are you making money doing this? If not, get off.
Yeah, bro. Have you ever had a video game made after you? If not,
that's what I'm saying. But we all played Tony Hawk religiously. We all played Tony Hawk religiously, riding down the street. Like it was cool.
Yeah, we played Tony Hawk. We didn't play fucking Bob Smith from down the street.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. All right. So Bob can stick it. Jake, do you have any more for us?
Yeah, I got 2 quick ones, and I got to give credit because I don't have my notebook, but by some miracle, I remembered these. They're from Mish. We were chatting not too long ago, and these are not ones that I have opinions on them, but I don't have I won't weigh in because I don't have the experience. So I want to know what people think. They're kind of military specific. What about so 2 things? I'm gonna throw them out there at the same time, and then just in case I have to bounce, so you guys can weigh in. But like when it's really cold outside, like when you're in the field,
Yeah.
you know, in the military, like spooning. Is it gay to be a little spoon? Like, how do you decide? Is the big spoon like a dominance or a rank thing? Also, my opinion is I feel like you're going to get the most warmth as the little spoon, so it doesn't matter. The other thing is like, what do you say? Drinking out of your, like having your buddy like help you, like if your hands are full or something like that, handing you the hose to drink out of your Camelback.
No.
Is that bad?
No.
That
Yeah,
one
Spooning
bad?
one is tough.
First off, I've never been that cold.
I was in Fort Polk. It was freezing.
When you spoon with
We
another
didn't
man?
spoon. So what we did was like the rules are you don't spoon. You just let you like next to each other. You put the space blanket over and you
Then you don't.
lay
There's no
flat.
warmth.
You lay flat. You still got the double body heat under there. No spooning.
Dude, it's
Okay, so that's not. There's no.
but let's
really
talk
isn't-
about now, because it's 2026. Like that was, I mean, Mike was doing that shit at Gettysburg. Like, what about now?
No, now it's different.
If it's that cold, they will allow you to use your sleep systems that they issue you, but never allow you to use when you go play Army. If it's that cold and they have to worry about people getting sick or injured during a training exercise, they're gonna let
See,
you.
we
sleep.
didn't have that.
You didn't have sleeping bags.
No, this is what they did. This is everybody thinks. I was out for in Fort Polk. We fought light, and it was way before all that stuff.
It was before sleeping bags.
We didn't have you didn't bring a fucking. As op 4, you didn't carry a sleeping bag.
I'm not saying you carried them, but you
didn't have them.
Did they exist?
Yeah, they existed, but we weren't allowed to bring them. You got a space blanket, and you got like enough to bring your.
But
food.
you went inside every night.
No. We were. There was 10, 12 days sometimes in a run.
Yeah,
You had to get killed to go back. We if we didn't get killed, we stayed in the field. So we were. It seems like we had the home field advantage. We did for terrain, but it was like, do you really want to carry all that gear around for days? Where you guys would just set up and have put your concertina wire up. We were constantly on the move, so it was you had to bring your food, you had to bring your Chef Boyardee cans, your ramen, all that stuff to eat. So you didn't want to carry extra gear. So it was bad. It was cold.
Mike had experience being like an insurgent before insurgent was a thing.
Yeah.
That's true.
It was easy, but like as far as that. But again, do you see insurgents walking around with rucks and all kinds of gear? No, they're just they had an AK-47 in a dream.
In a man dress. That's it.
Yeah, AK-47 in a dream, man. That's all that. So
What about
All right,
what about man dresses?
Camelback's a no-go. The Camelback's a no-go.
Put it down. Put whatever you got.
You got to
going
put your
down.
hands down and drink your own hose. You can't.
Put whatever in your hands down.
I don't even think
That-
even
if I-
like that.
no.
Like you can't let another man
That's
like.
fine. I can get that. If I'm like hurt or dying, and you're like,
Oh, hurt or dying is different. I'm
Dude,
talking about if
if
you're just
I-
No,
carrying
yeah,
something.
yeah.
and do a Camelback thing and put it in your mouth
No,
while you
He was-
suck
he
on
was-
it.
no.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
was talking about convenience. He was
Yeah, I'm
talking about
like, if
convenience.
I'm holding something. I'm like, Tyler, I'm thirsty. Give me a drink. No, you got to wait. You got to put the
Get
stuff
your
down.
own fucking
Get
drink.
your own drink. I agree.
To be clear, only because he's not here, I don't want to like muddy up his name. Misha agrees that the Camelback thing was gay. We went back and forth, and it wasn't clear on whether or not the big spoon little like that was unclear. The spooning, but
Mm.
he does
That's
not.
pretty cold. Obviously, if you have to survive in a non-training environment and you have to use your body's warmth, that's not gay. But I've never had to do that. So to me, if you're not dying, you're gay.
Yo, dude, I had a boss one time. That he his favorite drinking game was driving, and he had like 3 or 4 DWIs, and so he had the fucking interlock thing in his car. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And dude, those things like I actually got a couple good interlock stories. I've never had one, but I'll just tell you this one before I gotta go. He would be driving us to a job, and those things they just like while you're driving they beep. And then you got to blow into them while you're driving to make sure, like, you don't start drinking after you start the car or whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, so he would be sitting there like with that fucking thing in his mouth, blowing on it like a motherfucker. And I would start talking shit to him. And dude, he hated me. He never fired me, and I don't know why, but he did not like me. And I would start talking shit to him and be like, "Yeah, that's right, Steven. Blow on that shit. Blow on it for daddy." Like just saying crazy shit like that. But the what made it so fucking good is he couldn't stop, or else it would like kill his truck.
Yeah,
So he
yeah.
had
You
to
have
do
to. Yeah. Well, those things you have to blow into hard and long.
I'm telling you, I've fucking seen it. It ain't no joke. Like, dude, I don't even think Tristan could pull one of those off. Like, it takes a special kind of guy.
Dude, when Tristan came on, I don't know if you got to go. I was just gonna say on Friday night, we did an OG Patreon closed YouTube. It was on YouTube, but it was private and deleted as soon as we were done. A lot of us
Was
got
that
on.
good, huh?
Yeah, and Tristan got on, bro. I mean, the poor kid, like 15 minutes straight of just because no one seen what he looked like.
Oh, yeah, I did see
He
that.
looks like a young cat.
I came in for that.
He looks like a young cat. Just man, it was
Hey,
was a
dude,
bunch of.
I know I rip on him, but Tristan is a fucking animal. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
That kid. He's real deal. I can't imagine, dude. Dude, I would like to think that I had a good sense of humor and that I had tough skin at that age, but like the shit that Tristan endures is insane. And dude, he's not fucking dude. He comes like he's like a broken clock, you know, like a broken clock is right twice a day. Every now and then he'll come back with some fucking fire. He's getting way better.
Yeah, and like I said, obviously that's gone. That was us just for us. But if you like doing stuff like that, if you join the OG Council in Patreon or you join the app, you're automatically an OG, and it gives you exclusive pop in, talk shit. You know, it was good. We had like 15 people in there. People were waiting to come in, and
Yeah, dude. And I'll say this before I go to you guys that like, the ones that like the chat and you aren't in Patreon or especially the app, dude. I lurked for probably like 2 years, like 1.5 years, 2 years, like just listening to the content. Dude, it is legit a game changer. I would say this, do it for a month, and if you hate it, like just cancel it. But you won't hate it. You're gonna love it. It's outrageous. I've never met so many like psychos in my entire life.
that are fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. You know who's horrifying?
Who?
Pride.
Would it be Pride? Yeah.
He is what they make monster movies out of. He looks like Santa Claus, and he's 6'4", and he's just a
dude,
monster.
6'4", 250, and a literal fucking Viking bloodline.
Yeah, and he's full of hate and vodka. So, dude, horrifying.
Hey, dude,
man.
I gotta bounce. I'm sorry that I gotta cut it short. I appreciate you guys.
Don't worry, Jake. I already called your work, and I told him you quit.
Yep.
Oh fuck! All right, never mind. We're good then.
Later.
Bye.
All right. We are still waiting on K9, but he should be on momentarily.
Cover. We got a really cool guest tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got a cool guest coming on tomorrow. I'll bring it up. It was a story that made national news, and I reached out, and my man's coming on tomorrow to tell his story of jiu-jitsu on a plane. This is he's a MMA black belt, former fighter from the Chicago area, and he was on a frontier flight where a person became out of control, and he used his jiu-jitsu training.
Were they in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, I bet everybody doesn't mind that training when you're in the air.
45 minutes into the flight, a person became irate, and our man here, Josh Longgood of Chicago, is a former MMA fighter and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, kicked in his training and subdued the subject. He was all over the news everywhere. Really good dude, and I talked to him yesterday, and he'll be on tomorrow at 2:10 p.m. to tell his story about becoming a hero in the sky.
Wow, cool.
And that's where that's a place where that really works. Punching, imagine trying to punch somebody over and over in a plane seat. That it would take a lot of work. He was able to just wrap the dude up, and there's video. We'll play that tomorrow. Let him tell his story. But
yeah, I bet you know.
Really humble dude, really cool. He's like, hey man, I'll do whatever you need. Just please help me push jiu-jitsu and the importance of it. I'm a trainer up here, so good kid. Everybody's a kid.
You know what else is gay?
BJJ. And then what else do I have? I have the Palm Beach. I have a story out of Palm Beach County. Hold on. Did I close it? No, I closed the wrong one. 1 second. I'm just see what you guys think about this, and if the punishment was under, over, or appropriate for this deputy. Because we're about accountability, right? And I put my business out there, and I don't have a problem talking about things that are difficult. Tell me if you think this was handled appropriately by the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. This deputy sent 10 nude photos to ex-lover's husband and called her 96 times.
Wait, hold on. Reread that.
PBSO deputy sent 10,
Male deputy
sent 10 nude photos of his ex-lover, a female, to her husband.
Okay. All right.
He had naked pictures of this guy's wife because he was having an affair with her and sent the pictures to him.
Okay.
All right. Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Internal Affairs shows Deputy Christopher Paget willfully, maliciously, and repeatedly harassed a woman he once had an extramarital affair with. According to our reports, Paget sent nude photos of the woman to her husband. Paget also made repeated phone calls to her with the intention of harassing her after their extramarital affair ended. Paget sent 10 nude photos and typed a letter to the woman's husband saying his wife has been having an affair. Paget and the woman had an extramarital affair from October to May, according to reports. PBSO probable cause said they had probable cause to arrest him for stalking, but she did not want to cooperate. And then down here it says he called her woman 96 times using his personal and work phones. Internal Affairs determined that his actions reflected negatively upon himself and the PBSO.
Who did he call 96 times?
The girl. When they started to break up.
His girlfriend.
His side chick.
Side chick, okay.
So having heard all that, what do you think is the appropriate punishment?
Termination by I mean, that is the most reprehensible actions of a law enforcement officer.
Okay.
At minimum termination.
Deputy Paget was suspended 120 hours and placed on last chance agreement.
Oh, they just have something that they call last chance agreement for stuff like this?
Yeah.
So they have a catch-all to keep people.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that, so he committed a crime of stalking, but she didn't want to cooperate. So that's almost like saying you're off duty and you beat the shit out of somebody, but they're like, nah, I don't want to cooperate. And then they just say, okay, keep your job. And then you get into like, this is where it gets a little.
Imagine how many times he's done that.
Yes. Where it gets a little dicey because everybody and I'll say everybody, but a lot of people are given passes, these cops with affairs and on duty and all that stuff. I'm not saying the world's full of angels, right? But it's obviously taken away from your police work. It's taken away from your time. It's taken away from your family. You're interjecting yourself in another person's family. And into the code of you get into like the code of conduct or the FDLE conditions in which you can lose your certificate. One of those actions is excessive force seems reasonable, right?
Yeah. Sexual
harassment involving physical or misuse of position, engaging in sex while on duty. Now, I get the word sex is in there, but when you're engaging in an affair on duty, I guess that's okay. And then it comes into like these sheriffs and these people that are in positions of authority that maybe meet women in parking lots and they're the sheriff and they're having an affair on duty. To me, that kind of blurs the lines of like you're in charge of the entire agency. And you, to me, like just like when I said you get sergeant, you get lieutenant, you get captain, your responsibility increases with each position that you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. This guy keeps his job for doing all this. And then you have like the actual sheriffs I've seen. They're having an affair. They're always on duty. They're the sheriff, right?
Yeah.
And they're in during the workday, they're meeting women, they're engaging in this behavior. It's just, that's that Dominic argument that, we're held to a higher standard and then we just kind of get away with it. But 120-hour suspension they admitted they had probable cause to arrest him for stalking.
So they have probable cause for a crime. So he committed a crime.
They admitted, he did commit a crime. He, against her will, he contacted her 96 times and harassed her to the point of stalking. But she says, I don't want to cooperate. So they said, oh, no harm, no foul.
Can you imagine being that woman's husband and having her go, I don't want to cooperate? Like
probably the marriage. I was thinking that as I was reading it, I would
over.
assume that was over.
Okay.
So she says, never mind. It's all over anyway. So I'm done.
Yeah.
But I know in my town, there was a case that was alleged to be very similar. I don't think it is as similar, but they arrested the deputy. And the deputy's dad happened to be a commissioner that was going against the sheriff's budget. So in some cases, they will go to lengths to arrest people to make a statement. And in other cases, I don't know this guy, they will go to lengths to not. I mean, imagine the sheriff. We talk about all the things the sheriffs get on TV about use of force. I'm protecting him. The guy with the bat is bad. The guy with the with whatever is good. This way, we're going to defend TK Waters. And then you go as a sheriff's office. We're going to tell you, the public, that if you call somebody 96 times and harass them, we're going to arrest you on probable cause.
Yeah.
But our deputy can do it, and we're going to say he's on a last chance agreement. He gets 120-hour suspension. What is that? It's a pay period, 80 hours in a pay period. So it's less than two. It's less than 2 pay periods. It's like 3 weeks, maybe, right? 40, yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
And you can
suspension.
burn. Usually, with a lot of those suspensions, you just lose vacation. You don't lose pay
Yeah, and you get into like,
because they don't. They need the bodies, so you don't even get to go. All right, well, send me on vacation or on a suspension for 3 weeks. They just take. If you guys don't know this, they just take your vacation hours, and that's called a 3-week suspension.
yeah, and it's and you get into like
And we're not shit. Here's the thing: cops, they cheat, right? Cops cheat. We're not talking about a fucking young kid out there or a guy out there being a fucking cop. We're talking about dudes that commit crimes and send 96 text messages to somebody committing a crime, and then like once there's PC for the crime and the sheriff's office acknowledges that what you would think once they acknowledge that crime, there's no turning back. Well, we got to fire him now. We just said that was a crime.
and you know, like if you go to FDLE, sex on duty is a huge one, right? Engaging in sex on duty.
Yes, that's wrong.
And it kind of gets unclear if you can actually be charged criminally. It's definitely. I think I went and looked, or had somebody look for me. There were 30 revocations of FDLE tickets in the state of Florida for engaging in sex while on duty. 30. You don't really hear too many of them, but they
I
get kind
heard
of
about
brushed.
the ones of
There was
firefighters.
Tampa
ones, yeah.
recently too. Tampa had the two, the dispatcher and the cop and all that, but it's kind of brushed under. But I will say this: I'm not. I know I'm all that holy. I'm not. I understand cops cheat. Like that's the common rule. But in that environment, when you get into the station and you get into like the male woman thing that Dominic talks about, where men tend to peacock or show out, and then you have these women within the station, or you're using your badge as an in. Somewhere in there, it gets very cloudy that you wouldn't really be in that position if not for your badge. Like you're not going to go hang out. The old tale as old as time is cops and nurses, right?
Yeah.
Well, no normal dude is not just going to be able to go hang out in the emergency room.
No, and that's why
kick
that
it.
stuff happens.
But you're allowed to. You're allowed access to places, and you're allowed to do things, and you have a higher responsibility to go to these places. You're at the emergency room because somebody's dead, somebody's Baker acted, somebody's injured in the course of your duty, and in the course of that duty, you start having sex with a nurse, and you're on duty, and now that conversation.
Wait, how do you have sex with a nurse on duty?
You met her on duty, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
And then
not sex on duty.
No, I know, but I'm saying your relationship started on duty,
Oh.
and it continued. Are you going to be home all night texting the girl when your wife's sitting around? Do you become preoccupied on duty with your side chick? And it sounds crazy, right? But that's what's going on, and then you lead to this, and that's obviously what happened. And now you have a suspension for stalking, criminal activity, and dude. What kind of balls does it take to send a dude pictures of his naked wife that you've been banging? That's where it gets into like.
Was it like I love her type thing and she needs to be with me?
I don't know.
Love makes people do some crazy shit.
If we're calling it love, then yeah, I guess love does make people do some crazy things. But it's a touchy subject because I know that inside the agency it's happening. This guy starts having the dispatcher, the secretary, and there's a whole nother path that
Now it's like, well, here's the thing statistically too. Someone's going to be dating or banging the female cop. She's not going to date outside of cops. So then you're going to have, or multiple dudes. And now she's created some kind of weird, like love octagon with a bunch of people.
Here, riddle me this. We talk about nepotism, right? Nepotism's a problem. Having your brother work at the sheriff's office, your sister, your cousin. What about it? What's the tism that when every cop's banging the secretary and they're all married, or every cop's banging the dispatcher? On where's that tism? Where is that issue that doesn't jump out to everybody to go, everybody's having an affair in this building, and we all know it, we all see it, we all go, but we blind it. But God forbid those two are married and they go on a call together, or they're brother and sister and they go on a call together. That's a huge problem. We have a nepotism problem. But you have men and women engaging in affairs that pretty much If you've worked in an agency the size of mine and even smaller ones, everybody knows. It's a common knowledge that and that are both married, and it's just like, we're going to sit back and we don't say nothing about that. Like, as the boss, I think you got to step in, man, and say, hey, well, you have to follow through with it. When you step in and say, this isn't going to be acceptable. We're not going to have affairs in the building. We're not going to have that type of behavior, because if you're going to run a successful team of any kind or a successful agency, is it run better?
That's because there's fucking females there, dude. When are we ever gonna just go? Females should not be in men work environments.
But are men? So why is it okay? So because
it's not. But you're acting a bunch of men are savages. You're asking every single man to be perfect.
Not perfect. It's not sexually harass women or try to bang them. How hard is that? That's impossible.
Hey, you know, my answer to that is don't have women there. Well, they have a right to be there. Okay, well then you're gonna have those problems.
But that's like almost saying, so men being around.
We know
men,
you like
men that are attracted to
Mike.
children. So we say that it's the child's fault.
Keep them away.
No, it's the child's fault.
No, I'm saying keep them
the
away.
children away from grown-ups.
Would you not? Are you going to let your child walk around one?
No, but
just to prove a point.
Is it the grown-ups' fault? Is it the?
Of course it is. But in order to stop the problem, Mike, are you going to allow your child to walk and hang out and walk around child predators? No, you're going to separate.
Why are you blaming the women for being in the building?
I'm not blaming the women. I'm saying to solve the problem, you separate them. But what you want is you want women to be able to be there.
Because we know men molest children, we should never have men interact with children.
No,
in any setting.
No, if it's not your fucking child, don't fucking talk to him. Okay. Do you go to playgrounds and hang out with children?
So male daycare workers are no.
Yes.
Okay.
When have you seen a male daycare worker?
I've seen them.
Where?
I've seen the men that run. What about men that run like kindergarten teachers? Are they? Should we ban them?
Is that fucking weird?
No, my kids had a male kindergarten. Matthew Manning was great.
Okay, and then when they come out and they say, "Oh, male teacher molested a bunch of kids,"
well, now it's all female teachers that are molesting kids.
Yes. So, but no, men should not be around children. That's my advice. That's taking that joking, manly stuff out. That is fucking weird. If you're a man and you want to work around young kids.
So what's the problem then? In that scenario, it's the man that's a problem. In the agency, it's the woman that's a problem for being there.
Brother, I want you to be able to have your female secretaries and dispatchers. I'm just saying, if you want to solve the problem, don't put women in male dominated work environments. Okay. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
So men can't.
But nobody wants to solve the problem. They want to argue for women.
Men aren't. No, I'm not arguing for women. I'm just saying, how can you say so? Men can't be responsible enough to keep their boner under control, to not assault
Mike,
women.
We're going like this. We're going back and forth. I'm saying that yes, if you want to have women working in an area with all men, then
it's not though, because most of your civilians in an agency are females. By far.
And guess what? You've been talking about a systemic problem we've been having in law enforcement forever.
So are you going to get male?
No, you're not.
You're going to get male records clerks? No, nobody. No man's going to want to do that.
Well, according to you, they'll teach children in kindergarten. So there's got to be a man out there that wants to do it. Put gay men in there. There you go. Solve that problem pretty quick.
I don't think. I just look at it like I've talked to, and I talked to one on the way here. I've talked to too many women who have fallen victim to sexual harassment or sex, and I don't know how I tell her on the phone, well, you shouldn't have been a cop or you shouldn't have been around men. I think I'm more responsible.
Yeah, because you're political now. You can't call it. You can't tell a fucking female deputy, hey, you shouldn't work here.
No, she doesn't even work there anymore. I'm just saying, I have a hard time telling a woman, I'm sorry you had a vagina and that men can't control themselves around you like adults, because you could take the cop work out of it. Should librarians are mostly females and a male goes in a library, should we go, well, men are coming in the library and they're very nasty to women. So
what real man goes in a library?
Men go in library.
Yeah, your arguments are awful.
Do you want me to go videotape the library?
When predators go into the library.
I'm trying to put a place where
that's probably why librarians are women. It's because it's the one place predator men won't go.
Okay. So tax collector's office is probably 90% women. There's about 10% men that work there in like IT and stuff. So I guess that's a problem because there's women involved.
Where?
The tax collector, the DMV.
Okay.
All the IT guys at the DMV I worked at are men.
Okay.
And like two of the supervisors. I think Jeffrey Dahmer looked like a nerd too, and he fucking ate people. Like, what they look like is not like, doesn't matter. So it's like, I just have a hard time saying that men, because this dude's a cop, and what is he finds a female some way through being a cop, and now he starts an affair with her. Could be at the ER, could be at the 7-Eleven.
Your argument should have been, we can't allow these guys to be like this because now they're in. It's not just taking women out of the workplace; it's all the women for calls for service that they go around. So they can't be like that anyways. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just
Like,
arguing because I don't.
No, I know you are, but I'm saying that the problem is that
Like, if you got a guy that's sexually harassing women that he works with, you know he's inappropriate with random strangers 12 times
they
a day.
don't do anything.
No,
I've seen it my whole career. Yeah, I've seen it.
I can't.
We've
call him a cop.
reported men within the sheriff's office that have done that, and he still works there. They still work there. So it's kind of like culturally acceptable. And what I'm getting at is it takes a hard look to go, hey man, that 1 minute where you put your hand on her leg, it seems very minor, or you.
No, it doesn't. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, but they get away. How do cops get to this point where they're banging everything? They're in the ER going, hey girl, what's up? Let me get a hug. How you doing? Because I'm a cop, right? I'm supposed to be able to hug you. And then it's like, I didn't like that. So that's why I said that it's the men that caused the fucking problem. But it's
What do you call a man that's a feminist?
No,
Can you look it up? Because then I'm going to call you that.
I'm a feminist.
I think it's called a male feminist.
Okay. Hey, what's his name? Paget. Keep banging them wives, dude. You're like, it's okay. It's okay. The guy this cop here that stalked women. It's the woman's fault that he stalked her.
Oh, the guy on the
Yeah, the cop. It's the cop. It's the woman. If there was no women around for that call and he didn't run into women during his 12-hour shift, he would have never got involved with that guy's wife, and it would have been fine. So we should just ban women.
I'm for that. All right, I think we're gonna have to cover sports. K9's got 9 minutes. I know.
No, we'll get it. We know what's going on. We know the New York Knickerbockers are in the finals. They're up 2-0 to the San Antonio Spurs. And we've been watching those watch parties that everybody's been having a problem with. That they're crazy outside. Well, they banned the watch parties.
Oh, they did?
Because presidents come tonight.
Oh, they're not having that.
Trump's coming to the White
The Secret Service can't have another embarrassment.
The other interesting part about the sports is the cheapest ticket to get in is $8,000. So one of the players actually was smart. Josh Hart, who was a Villanova grad, they won the championship in Villanova. He says it's very unfortunate that Knicks fans who have been through in that city their whole lives, suffering through since 1973 was the last championship, have watched that team suffer, struggle. They were the worst team in basketball for years, maybe not by record, but they spent all this money. They had all these draft picks, always failed. Now these general New Yorkers who are steel workers, blue collar dudes, there ain't no way on God's earth they can save up $8,000 to go walk through the door. So it's unfortunate that in this environment that I know capitalism is great, but you cannot walk inside that building for less than like $8,000. And that's way up there. You talking, I saw courtside tickets at $115,000.
Dude, that's insane, man.
So the real New Yorkers will never get to go inside. Now, like baseball's a little bigger, so the ticket prices go down. You're talking like 19,000 inside the Garden, 60-some thousand Yankee Stadium. So it at least increases the ability to bring the tickets down a little bit. But the Garden's always been a hard draw. It's a hard ticket. It's the most popular arena. I have to call it the most popular arena in the world. So, Trump's there tonight, super strict security. Knicks are in the finals. New York's out of control. And now on top of everything else, that poor New York PD officers have to deal with the president coming.
I didn't even think about that.
Keep that area clear because yeah. So all that stuff we saw last week when we watched those videos. Now
Bravo team's got the riots. Alpha team's got the president.
Yeah, the ambulance, the people jumping on the ambulances, all that. So it's unfortunate.
What are people upset about Trump going to the Knicks game for?
Because they hate him.
Oh, like it's political.
Yeah,
it's a fucking sports event.
Do you want to bring him in? He says we can send the link.
No, I already sent him the link.
Oh,
send it to him again.
The camera's just going crazy.
Yeah, you're gonna give everybody motion sickness, Eli. Yeah, he said. Kenan said it's not in my email.
I got it.
But yeah, I mean, the president goes to. I'm looking at it right here. Alex K 1995 StreamYard link right in the email. Is he checking the right email?
I'll just text it to him.
Yeah, president at sporting events, dude.
Well, he goes to a lot of UFC fights because he's friends with Dana
presidents
White.
Fucking go
he went to. Didn't he go to something else recently? He went to some other, maybe the Super Bowl. He's gone to a few.
President, yeah, he was at the Super Bowl, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, NASCAR.
Yeah, he went to the Daytona 500 that year. I don't know if he went this year. He went last year. So.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with the fucking president going to.
No, that's what I went to before. Again, if it was
what fucking sports are basketball fans liberals?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, New York's liberal. The whole city.
Oh, so it's less NBA.
No, NBA is liberal across.
Oh,
You still have not as much in football. Baseball's but hockey's not. Hockey's the other way. They'll support the president.
football kind of like is in the middle. I feel like.
There's just so many fans that it seems more, but basketball is not. Basketball is very liberal.
Oh, there he is. Bring him on. Just producer stuff. What up?
Oh,
it's all right. Can you hear us now?
Yo.
What up?
Oh man, I had to rush to the house, man. I was doing some side work. Ain't this a show for blue collar workers?
It is, man. It is. We're happy to have you.
Thank you,
we started covering the Knicks game, talked about how the president's going in and how people are butthurt about the president being there. It's a political move, and then we kind of talked about how the watch parties ended. They ended. Is it just because the president's there, or are they getting rid of those watch parties? Period.
just because he's there.
Okay.
Yeah, Knicks
I mean, I
fans
don't think
are
they're.
pissed. I don't think
Yeah.
Knicks fans are really too mad that Trump's going. It's just the fact of they shut down all the watch parties. I mean, have you
Because they can't get in because they can't afford tickets.
Right, yeah, and they do all the watch parties.
I don't know. Would you go? I wouldn't go. See, that's something I wouldn't do.
Go to the Garden to watch.
I
on
wouldn't
TV.
go to a concert and sit in the parking lot and let it go on. I wouldn't go to a sporting event and sit outside. I remember when your dad took me to would have been my first football game. It was a Giants Redskins game, and the tickets were nuts. And he's like, he's like, I'm not paying even at half. So we waited till like halftime, and still they wanted like $300 a ticket at halftime. It was when the Giants were good, and I'm like, I remember sitting out there all day, like I just want to go in and see it, and we ended up not going in. So
then we ended up not going in.
It's just something I wouldn't do. So I don't understand the concept of like standing outside the street of Madison Square Garden watching the game on TV. Now, the inside watch parties seem pretty cool. Like you're in the Garden, you're watching it on TV, kind of like the Sphere.
But you're sitting in a seat.
Yeah, you're in a seat inside.
Do they have it?
They have it on the jumbotron, and you're watching.
What's going on in the court?
Nothing. They just have the TV on. It's like being at a big TV party, kind of like the Sphere in Vegas. They watch movies and sports inside that big ball. So that I could see, but standing outside in the street, I don't get it.
I actually have two friends from Vero that are flying from Vero to New York just to go to the watch party for Game 4 and hang out outside. I mean, it's just it's like going to Woodstock almost, but it's rowdier.
Well, that game, if they win tonight, so if they win, I'll put a caveat on that. If they win tonight, and that's the final game, to be near the Garden at that point would be cool, right? But hopefully your friends aren't chokes and they don't jinx us and we're up, we lose that game. But if they win tonight, it's going to be the buzz in New York's going to be probably the largest in history of New York sports that we're going to ever have witnessed. I mean, back in the day when the Yankees were good and they had the Brooklyn Dodgers, they had the Giants, there were so many sports teams in New York. They were all good. They were all winning championships. I'm a little nervous. I'm going to tell you why. I told my wife and a lot of people before I died, I wanted to see every New York sports team that I like win a championship. Well, this is the last one. So I feel like this weird,
you might die.
My heart's, my chest is, I'm starting to feel some chest pains. I've seen the Giants, I've seen the Mets, I've seen the Rangers, and my fourth favorite team would be the Knicks. And I've always said I want to see all of them win before I die. And now they're 2 games away. I'm starting to feel a little nervous.
They're going to burn the damn city down. I mean, it's been all over the news. They're going to bring in the National Guard. They're going to bring in extra people. If the Knicks do accomplish this, I mean, one thing to think about, too, is the last time the Knicks won, it was 1973. There was no social media back then. There was no Facebook. There's no memes. There's no people out there acting crazy because they know they're going to be on Instagram and get millions of views. I mean, I seen a clip where a guy got on top of a bus and was hitting rails of cocaine off of his hand. I mean,
it's know that 86 Mets won the World Series. 86 Mets, the Bill Buckner game. So
yeah,
that year, 86.
And I mean, as we all know, the Knicks are the most loved team, I would say, in New York because it's not Mets, Yankees, it's not Giants, Jets.
Everybody
everybody likes the Knicks. I mean, the Nets were more known for Jersey, so everybody likes the Knicks. So
plus the history of Spike Lee and the chokes and without Michael Jordan, the Knicks probably have 2 or 3 championships. Every year the Knicks had to go through Chicago in the peak years of Jordan. They were always the second best team in the NBA because Jordan beat the brakes off them. And then you have the infamous Reggie Miller choke game where Reggie Miller scores 9 points in 18 seconds live in the Garden, and like it's just epic moments. So the Knicks have suffered some of the worst chokes, failures, and then they had the year, like I was saying before you came on, the Dolan era of like the worst trades, the worst drafts, like just Isaiah Thomas, like it was so bad for so many years, and then all the celebrities in New York, it's packed, and they sucked. So it's like. And this team kind of snuck up out of nowhere, right? Everybody shit on Brunson when they signed him. Like it was the worst signing ever. It was terrible. Yeah. And now he's got him. He will be the Babe Ruth of New York if the Knicks win this championship.
Oh,
he will be
100%.
He will be the face of New York City.
Well, I think people are a little scared too that Trump might come in and jinx him a little bit. I mean, this is a big week for Trump. All right. He's going to the NBA game today. His birthday is Sunday, which is Flag Day. Obviously, UFC Freedom 250 is going to be there. As of June 6th, a federal lawsuit was filed saying it was deeply corrupt. So, I mean, I haven't heard anything about it not going to happen. As of now, it's going to happen. But this is a big week for Trump.
Did you listen to Anti-Hero on the job site?
Nope.
I had no signal out there. Dude, I'm still in my wet clothes.
You're also right because the Knicks have won. The Knicks are on pace to be the best playoff team in history of basketball. The 2018, I believe, Golden State Warriors, 2017 Warriors won 15 straight games, but the Knicks are at 13 straight games, but their margin of victory is actually better than the Golden State Warriors were. So this is 13 games. If Trump shows up and the Knicks lose, he is going to be the fucking.
Oh, they're going to blame him.
They're going to blame him. 100%. I'm blaming him too. Everything's rolling.
Trump out of there.
Everything's rolling. We're 13 straight. One game we were down 22. We were down 14, I think, in the game one. Like,
well, I mean, remember when Miami lost and we just fucking gave it to K9 for like a week straight?
Yeah.
Made fun of him. Told him don't kill himself. Is this going to happen with you?
It's so bad. I'm so superstitious that when they went down in game 2, I text them when Brunson. No, it was game 1. Brunson got hurt.
Game 1, yeah.
Right?
When you said you turned it
game
off.
Game 1, they were down 14. I was like, I said, I can't watch this, and I stopped watching. And then I started watching again with like 5 minutes left in the game. I did the same thing for game 2. I turned it on. It's up and back, and I said, I'm fucking done. I've turned it off. I have a hard time with my heart. Like my heart just gets. So I have a tough time watching the whole game because I get fucking mad. So. Yeah, I mean, if they blow it, there's 2 teams in history of the NBA that have gone up 2-0 on the road. One was the Bulls, one was the Rockets. Both of them won. That's another choke we have to worry about. Both teams that have gone up 2-0 on the road in history of the NBA Finals were the Rockets and the Bulls, and they both went on to win the championship. So we're in like every statistic is pointing at the Knicks should not lose. So if they choke this out, it's bad.
All right. Anything else, gentlemen?
You doing a show tonight before? You got your sports, right?
Yeah, tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be going live on the Counterculture YouTube to break it all down. UFC Freedom 250, we're going to break down. We're obviously going to break down Game 3 of the NBA Finals. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, obviously, the most important sporting event in the whole world is the World Cup. And that starts this week. The United States has their first game Friday night against Paraguay. So that's going to be big.
You're already, huh? Holy cow. That is interesting. Last time the World Cup, I have a great picture from the last World Cup. I was on a cruise, and I had drank a lot of Budweiser.
Oh, yeah.
Way too much Budweiser. I slept on the balcony that night.
Oh, yeah, maybe
I got a Budweiser hat, was free, and I got a picture of the hat on sideways, and they weren't allowed to have beer in Qatar where the World Cup was. So all these companies had ordered all this beer to go, and they're like, what do we do with it? So they like donated to the cruise ship. So the cruise ships were giving out free beer out on the deck. It was 100 degrees and Bud heavies, and Mike did not do well.
A couple of super chats. We had one from Cody about a real man shouldn't work for another man gay. We should have brought that up. I didn't even see it, but go ahead, Kenan.
What I was going to say, though, is part of the World Cup games are actually going to be in New York. So there's going to be a lot of people in New York also for the World Cup.
Yeah, all over the country, but New York's won, Dallas is won, LA, so it's going to be wild. All right,
bud. 7 p.m. Counterculture Inc. Network, Counterculture Inc. Sports with K9 and his hodgepodge of motley crew hosts over there. So join them 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ow, ow. All right, guys, that'll do it. Like I said, Counterculturing Sports tonight, 7. Go join them. And then we will see you again tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Anti-Hero Broadcast.